Hello, Internet, and welcome to a delayed stream of us in our merry band of nutcases preparing to fight a dragon. Or die. This might be the last game, we don't know. That's how D&D works. Same competition things are in place, where we've got about 20 followers on Twitch, so we're about halfway there for someone to win the Dice Tower out of the followers, so find friends, send them through. YouTube only has about 10 people, so whichever one goes through first. If you're on Twitch first, Twitch will get the randomizer. If you're on YouTube, you get YouTube first. If we get both, then we'll do a combination of the two. So if you're on either, you've got more of a chance. So follow us on YouTube, and yeah. Today we have a bit of a cross promotion. I am cross promoting Fate of Isen, as I have been gifted one of their shirts from their live show. So doing my due diligence of helping out another podcast series. Well, a D&D series. They're more audio than visual. And yeah, we might be interrupted past the way through the game as Luggage and Drew are delayed. But we've decided to start without them because otherwise we'll probably never start at all. So, onward preparing to fight a dragon. Hi! We have a big party here today. Everybody's here. So, and now Mikey decides to grab everything else out. You done?
Brings out a portable barbecue, starts frying up some sausages.
What else do you have in your bag of holding, sir?
So, previously on our gang, the war had continued, and the party had consisted of regrouping on the airship, taking out one of the attacking zones from the lakeside district area, and then noticing that the dock district was under attack, the airship took off in the direction of the dock, while Luggage and their new companion took on the rest of the remaining minions that were there, and then proceeded to fly to the rest of the party, who then proceeded to find out creative ways of jumping out of an airship and almost dying.
I nailed it.
And then after a bit of...
Oh, they also dropped a bunch of arrowheads on Luggage as
That's
well.
right, yeah. The party continuously attempted to kill Luggage without trying to kill Luggage.
Intentionally trying to kill Luggage.
Yep.
At some point, I feel like it was intentional.
They eventually tried... Well, the party revealed themselves to the people who were sort of looting the dockyard area and discovered a small platoon had stuck around the dock area, and so as a group they took out the remaining units that were there, and while catching their breath from this fight, I believe it was Fitz or was it Johnny had noticed that there was indeed a dragon flying towards the city.
I looked at my minor illusion, got the binoculars.
So,
I think we both know.
yeah, everybody knows. Everybody now knows that there is a dragon currently heading towards the city, and relative distance to this, it's not quite at the edge of the city. It looks like it's sort of closing in, and you guys are currently at the docks with an airship hovering above you.
Oh no, I'm in the water.
First
It's
question,
gonna be a problem.
is the diagram of the dragon to scale? Because then I think we're going
No, it's
That
not.
would
To
be a lot.
If that's to scale, then we can't be.
We're all to scale, this is just little houses for ants.
What is this? A town for ants.
I am your god.
Sorry.
Within
Hell of a
reason,
piano.
the dragon is probably about the size plus wingspan as the Lego figure has been for the airship.
Oh my god.
So that's it. It's quite a large adult red dragon. That's why you can see it. Well, you're all the way over here, and it's all the way over here.
This is just
I gave you a silent fist.
He was like, I have a special fist. I don't remember. Did I get
I was just going to say that.
No, that was just Sam
Just
found a new
confident
thing
it was
and
just-
added it on.
Can a dragon understand insults?
Yes.
Oh, good.
most dragons are sentient.
Most dragons are intelligent creatures,
Good.
Especially ancient ones. Well,
Intelligent. They are sentient. They're not necessarily intelligent.
I have some bad news.
Can we see if is there a difference between an ancient looking and a normal looking?
Okay. All you have to do is sit there and yell.
Can trip my way through this.
one looks
you've got
older and
cover?
more aged
Yeah.
than a regular.
Well, does this look like an ancient
Fireball,
dragon?
This
You
one-
know,
this-
Cutting words.
Roll me a
Yeah.
perception.
It's going to be one of the
First roll of the day.
When I'm
14.
looking at
Can
it
you see the
and
colour
Plus
of it?
one
three.
above my AC, and I look over and you go reaction.
Based off its size, it does look
Even
like
if
it
you
would be
roll
an
a
ancient
one.
dragon.
Okay.
I'm going to be healthy. Did
I
we
do
know
a history roll on this dragon.
Did we do colour?
It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's red. It's red.
Just making sure.
Alright, that looks like an ancient dragon.
Can I
Oh,
try
boy.
and tap into my past
Most of my points
to see if I can remember anything about these dudes?
Okay, roll a history. Drew wants to roll a history as well.
Can I roll a history as well?
Yeah.
Have you
Got history?
Would you have
Apparently, I
interacted
can't remember. I only got 5.
It looks like it would be an ancient dragon.
It's too far away from me.
Yeah,
It's a
you
big
would
red thing.
you feel like you might
Maybe it's an
you
NPC.
might know it personally maybe if you think about it long enough, but then you also think you don't know enough features about this thing that you wouldn't have a clue.
Just touching
You
you.
think on purpose, like microphones and everything.
My health is surprisingly good.
Turns out you just positive.
Use the dice tower.
Actually,
You
mine's
got a
just
dice tower
Yeah,
for me.
but that's an evil dice tower. That doesn't let me roll good.
That would be
Roll well.
a 17.
That is a 17 plus 6.
23.
23.
Okay.
I know everything from its lineage to its grandparents.
Luggage. You've got a knowledge of sort of like almost like a manual that had been installed into your brain that you tap into that sort of says danger, avoid this sort of situation, and you understand that ancient dragons, based off also having read in the library, that they have been around for a few thousand years. Most of the ancient ones have become ancient because of how long they've survived. And then specific ones usually pick locations that they're in. Most people don't generally see them very often. It's a rare occurrence to see an ancient dragon.
Do I know... I assume I understand that different dragons have different elements. Do I
Yes.
know what this element
You
is?
understand that this, as a red dragon, probably favours the fire sort of element. Drew knows the same sort of stuff that I just mentioned to the luggage, but Drew...
You
Drew-
understand it's big and scary.
You also know that this particular red sort of ancient dragon doesn't match anything you've read in books, and like most of the books you've got have sort of this dragon lives here and looks kind of like this. Looking at this one from what you've gotten descriptions, everyone's saying, oh, it's flying like this, and sort of looking at it, it doesn't seem to be similar to any other ones you've read in any books. You can't pinpoint a, you can't say, oh, that's Jerry the Red Dragon. You've got no idea what specific dragon this is.
That's what I said.
It might be.
That's what the humans call it.
I was like, that's Jerry the Dragon. And you slap me on the back of the head and go, shut the hell up.
Jerry lives on the other continent, you idiot.
Can I roll perception to see if it's angry?
Yes,
Is
you
something
can.
on fire around it? Then I would say yes.
12.
It looks like a dragon. Dragons are usually angry looking.
They don't count.
Can't deny
That's
that.
accurate. Yeah.
Would I be able to disguise myself as its baby dragon?
You have your traits left, don't you?
Yep, that's all I got.
The
Invisibility.
ancient
disguise.
dragon is a baby dragon.
You can make
Mama!
I like it.
you can make yourself look like it if you want to. You will basically look like the equivalent of someone who's cosplaying as an ancient dragon.
Okay, I'll keep that as a backup plan.
Dragonborn?
No, not a dragonborn. Someone cosplaying as a dragon.
Hey, what's it called? Deacon, the flying kobold.
Would it be
Fuck, I
pretty
hope
much,
it has bad eyesight.
would it be pretty much the same
Yeah,
if I used my
very much.
monocle to do the
This
same?
is the one I got.
To disguise, yeah. Your monocle is basically
But I
the
actually cast
the disguise self
That's
spell.
long as you have it.
It's you're trying to make yourself look like a specific kind of thing, but because scale-wise it doesn't quite add up, it wouldn't work. You'd have to, if you wanted to look like a dragon, you'd have to get a bunch of people casting it at the same time to
Common
get
and
away.
infernal.
Oh dear, we'd have to fuse someone's
Yeah,
tail
basically.
and-
You'd also have to coordinate with each other as well.
You don't have draconic. You just have.
Look, if we all did a bunch of sewing,
could
we
give
could
me
create
one
one
of
big
those spells
giant
back,
dragon
it's complicated
costume.
language.
Deep speech, undercommon.
So the only one that can actually speak to it will be me.
So you guys have finished this battle and are now freaking out about a dragon. Yes.
Yeah, we're doing a sweet team huddle like in an American football team.
I would,
I ain't
I
never
would
seen
like
that dragon before.
yep.
I would like to first of all walk up to Fitz,
Is it maybe not a real
grab the
dragon?
barrel of his gun, and try and turn that fucking little thing on the
Maybe
end
it's
of
a
it.
shifter.
That-
You can. You can take it and change its mode quite easily. It's basically a bonus action to switch it.
What are the 4? I assume it's 4.
It's 4. There's lightning, ice, fire, and force.
And lightning links, fire sets them on fire.
Yep.
The wind
Ice,
knocks them down.
ice reduces them, and force and moves them. Essentially, or does. It's
will-
basically the force one is essentially the neutral.
I will put it onto force and just give you a look that is the same look that I give to everyone because my face doesn't fucking change.
Stone.
It's the it's the small LED screen eyes he has that gives her the emotion.
It'd be better if he has
we
to
have
carve
one
in eyebrows
target.
when he wants to
You
change
need not-
emotions.
Put them on there. Just,
No,
I'm gonna come up
need-
behind
Just
you.
gets a chisel.
I'm actually gonna start repairing some stuff in your back.
Oh, good.
Roll me an intelligence. And Drew, you can roll
Minor
me an
illusion
intelligence
anger
as well.
on your face.
That
Yeah,
with
just this
advantage.
big
Yes.
furrowed, bushy
That's funny.
eyebrows.
That's a 20. Okay,
This is serious. I'm just thinking.
18.
for 26 a lot.
cool. So he walks up behind luggage and opens something at the back that you realise, hold on, that's a repair system in his back. You
I
remember.
spin as some hatch in my back opens up.
You're hanging onto his back and you spin around with him. And you
What
pull
are you?
you pull something in his
Right.
back and for a
human.
brief second you are
Big,
actually
a
stunned
big or short?
and you are actually unable to move.
Normal sized human.
As
Just wondering if I'm going to scamper up.
so you're for a brief second you're stunned. He starts messing around with something in your back. Drew, you can see him actively taking a couple of wires that you remember just shoving into things you didn't know what they did, and he takes 2 of the wires, links them together, and an entire new light appears in Luggage's back. Closes your back. Luggage, you're at full HP. Plus 1 permanent HP on top.
I got to remember that.
I feel a bit better.
Me next. Me next.
Um,
I'm stripping
well,
my
like
shirt
a-
Well,
off.
I pull out a knife. Come here then.
Well, I can fiddle somewhere around there.
I
But
think
I'm-
I saw what he did slice.
You also regain 5 side points.
This tendon to this
Um,
tendon.
This one. Did you say
A
5?
lot more blood
Yes,
in there
5.
than the other one.
What is this? Oh man, that's a lot of oil.
There. I saw something was a bit off with your machinery.
Thank you, little human.
To be fair, more than that.
Little is relative.
He calls everyone little.
Can I reach that panel?
The panel on your back, you can reach where the panel was, but you can't reach into it.
Can I open it? Because I see he's just closed it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I open it from
A
where I am?
muscular man trying to
Roll
reach
me
the
a
sticker on his
dexterity.
back.
I'm too buff.
Damn it.
16.
Yep, no, you're,
Sorry, 15.
you're able to flick it open.
Drew. Drew, look.
He reopened the
I have a
panel.
hole in my back.
Yeah, it's.
He fixed me.
I noticed.
Properly.
I'm gonna whip out a pipe and start smoking it.
Find his books.
It's taking a lot of resistance not to
Slack
go
close.
invisible in that panel.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
Find his books and
All I
acquire
heard
them.
was invisible. Copy them at least. We'll find where he found.
Just a sweet
Where-
sleight of hand. Yoink.
Where did you learn to fix units?
I've been around them for a bit. But on another note, what are we going to do about this dragon?
All right, that.
Roll me perceptions.
Why does
Everybody
those
who can
forsake
listen.
me?
You didn't listen?
Everyone who has the ability to hear sound. If you're not paying attention to sound,
God
then
damn it.
Oh, no, yeah, my ears are big
10?
enough. I can't ignore that.
19.
I threw a spoon.
Well,
21.
Cool.
I might be hearing
What
a
did
lot
you
of
roll?
stuff, but it makes no sense.
Just an 11.
Okay, no, everyone would have heard this then. If it's above 10, you would have heard
Big
this.
war.
You all hear the sound of a few cannon-sized gunshots going off.
Are the cannons ready?
And
Having
and
been
you,
on the walls and set everything up, I assume I know what is
it's an anti-air turret thing going off at the moment.
It's a little more anti-dragon.
But yeah,
Have we heard any attack on us from the dragon before that fire?
not that you guys could tell. You guys have you've seen it on the outskirts of the city. It's on the outskirts of the city, basically in this sort of
On the
direction.
walls are anti-air guns. Drew told them put anti-air. We want good guns on the walls. I think it was more for airships than
Yeah.
actual dragons.
I was not expecting dragons.
My thought is, why did it come in the first place? So as you ask, what are we going to do about it? Talk to it.
Yeah, which way is it
Is
going?
there a rope?
To the airship.
How did they get a dragon on their
Yeah,
side?
the airship has
Like a
actually
squall.
the airship has actually been slowly lowering down. Not so much to land, just to get closer to you guys. You assume the captain's probably also seen the dragon and freaking out and trying to hide the airship a bit more. So it's only about, it's only about
oh god!
While
it's
going
about
down,
100
you
feet
saw
above
a
you guys,
spook
and there was a
go
rope
over
that's
the
been
side.
dangled down as some of the crew appear to be climbing off the airship.
They know what we're about to do to it. Do I assume, like time-wise, I'm just trying to figure out, would it be faster for us? We may not want to leave them in this threat. For us to run, what's the sort of time length for us to get from there to there versus in the ship? Because I assume
It would be faster to do it in an airship if you were going to travel that. You're looking at maybe half an hour getting back into the ship and moving forwards to here, to like an hour and a half of getting into the city, and then because the city's also in lockdown, you're not likely to easily just walk through the front door. Oh, you mean going around the edge?
Isn't that technically the faster route?
Too much chips.
That's true.
Yeah, the airship will travel without terrain.
Yeah, the airship would still be faster because it doesn't have terrain blocking it.
As
But
long as I know that, I will grab the rope. I will grab Drew.
What up?
Shall we?
Yeah, what?
Dragon. Find out what he wants.
If he'll talk to us.
I'll make him talk. And I start climbing. As I assume you
It's
climb
pretty
right
accurate
up
for
my
Drew's face.
back. I have a way with friends.
I'll be like, guys, Dr. Roboto's back.
I've got Luggage's voice again. I have to remember this.
Is there only one rope? Or is there
I'm
multiple
helping
ropes?
pull the rope.
there's a
and
couple
not-
of ropes that are coming up. It's very clear. Luggage has started climbing up one
I'm
rope,
pulling the wrong
and
rope.
there are crew that are coming down from the ship.
He was like, wow, this is so easy.
What's
Let's
he
go.
going? Where are you going? We have to get to the dragon.
Where do you think we're going? Getting away from the dragon.
You can't get past me.
Ah!
Climb back up. Use a different rope. Or join me.
Joining
Us.
to take over
Okay,
the captain's
okay.
position.
Do we still have arrowheads left?
No.
No.
Okay.
The guy you were climbing up has turned around and climbed back up again.
Did I use the ball?
Use them all.
They're all gone.
I feel
You used
if
the
I
rest of
remember,
That's
you
right, I
threw
tipped
the
them.
thing down.
You used the rest of them on a
Throw
boat.
it down, won't you?
Yeah, I pushed it all off in one go.
On a boat.
Even the body.
Good. Poison damage.
No, it was
That's
splattering
what-
damage actually.
I defeated a boat.
There was a damaged boat in the docks that Fitz wants to claim.
I have. I've drawn my name on it with blood.
Yep, I will have allowed you to have done that while they've been talking, to run over, write your name on the side of the ship and run back.
What's your name?
And I have a shovel.
On the ship, like, was there a name on the ship? Did you see it?
Previously?
Yeah. I assume it had a name. The ship.
It used to have a name. The name where the name was on, the piece of wood has actually fallen off.
It's your ship now.
No one can
The
say it's their
forgiving
ship.
slit.
The
is what
name's
you
gone.
call it.
Otherwise, you would go and talk to them and
Do
make sure
you
that
have
they
it
will
named?
be-
It's a pirate ship anyway, so.
Forgiving slit is its name.
So I know one's following me.
Forgiving slit.
Are the others coming?
What are you other guys doing?
I'm. Can I persuade the captain to take martial law of the ship?
You have to come up.
Are you
first.
going on the airship or are you?
Yeah.
I was already there.
No, you.
No, we're
climbed
all
off.
on the ground.
No,
I
I'm
forgot about that.
We just started
Remember,
climbing up
you
the
got
rope.
out of the airship by climbing in your hole and getting pushed out while tied up around the
Oh,
hole,
that's right.
almost killing Fitz.
And then you did the other drop. That was impressive. You stole my kill. I took a lot of damage for that.
It's like getting shot by arrows and I didn't get hurt, but he did.
It's like
That's
trying
right,
to shoot
I
a
still
dude
have a lot
behind
of
me
arrows in me.
and rolling a 1 and hitting me in the back.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I rolled two ones. Both of them were ones.
And a lot of other damage on me too. I am a lightning rod. Let's try not to zap me when there's one target.
Just go lightning mode. You got fireball.
I don't have lightning mode.
I wonder if we open that panel, if I fucking grasp you inside, you get more powerful.
Are you climbing
I'm
up?
climbing up as well.
Do not cast Shock
Falcor
Blast
was.
on me.
He just sits there and watches you and goes.
His name's Falcor.
Yeah,
and
you
it-
go do your own
Now I
thing.
want to climb on him.
It looks at you and goes.
Go, Falcor!
Hops up and then just sort of starts wandering off. So,
Are you-
for all intents and purposes, Falcor has just suddenly wandered off into
Not
the
really
area.
just
Are you
Damn it.
fully able without your companion?
What? I'm climbing up the rope.
Are you fully able?
I'm completely able. She's my
You
companion.
do not rely upon it?
No, he does whatever he wants.
As you're climbing up, you notice he's actually the
I
Falcor.
cry 12 tears and he goes.
Falcor is currently heading in this direction,
Thing.
so he appears to be taking the
Oh,
land
that's
route you
right.
were thinking of.
I just wondered. I don't
Fuck,
know how
I wanna
his
go
power
with
works.
him.
I think it might have been his spirit that powers him something like
Can I go with him?
What, with Falcor?
Yeah.
Did he run off or did he?
He's trotted off in his own kind of
Okay.
way. He's not in a hurry, but he's
Might
just kind of.
be intelligent.
Bear's name's
I
Falcor.
mean,
Yeah.
He's my fusion buddy.
Are you
Decided,
wanting
I
to
thought
chase
his
down the bear?
character's name
Yes,
was
I wanna
Falcor.
go
was
with
like,
the bear.
fantastic.
Chase down the
Rolling
bear.
to
then.
ride.
I see the bear go and I just let go of
Because he's
them.
got
Roll a dexterity.
Roll a dex, and then how high up do you
I
think you
assume
were?
it's not that far off the thing.
I don't know, like 30 feet.
Okay,
I'll
roll me a
figure it
dex.
Oh no.
Stuck in your head now.
No, Dex.
Dex.
14.
14.
You take full bludgeoning damage as you let go of the rope and just go boom next to him as he's in the middle of getting ready to climb up the rope next. And you'll just face plant on the ground.
How much damage is
How
that?
much health do you have?
You hear a goblin chuckle.
I'm at 21.
He's
Okay.
fine.
I need to make a device that just hooks onto a rope and I just go.
Expeditious retreat. Upwards.
He doesn't have to worry about climbing that much.
Yeah, he could. You could jump onto the fucking side of the boat and climb up, bitch. You got claws for a reason.
Have you seen my rolls? There's a reason why I got a luck ring, you know.
Yeah, because you're lucky.
Not so much now. It's
And you
more than
invincible.
me.
I just remembered I've got my thing. I can
how
remember
low
what's
is
left
this
in it.
boat?
The airship, the bottom of it is about 30 feet lower than, yeah, because as I said, it was 100 feet. Like the deck is 100 feet, so.
So I couldn't actually jump.
No, you can climb up this
Yeah,
easily.
I'll climb up.
You've noticed about 5 of the crew who were helping shoveling arrows are the ones who have actually hopped off the ship, except for.
Say that
Could I-
Chris can
What's his name?
Yeah, I'm just checking his name.
I
Gimple
should be able to
Gimple
use my tail
has
to spring
been
back
standing on the
into
side of the
Oh,
deck,
like Tigger.
and as you've
Wing,
taken off, he
wing.
seems to just be watching you.
Bye, Gimple. Do what I
Probably
would
makes
do.
sense.
Wait, petition for that?
Yeah.
We don't have any arrowheads.
It's just as
Um,
vague as
he starts climbing over the side of the deck to imitate what you've just done getting off the ship, and one of the other crew walks over and grabs him from the back and pulls him back on.
I would have tried to catch that.
Fuck, I
You're
love
in
Gimple.
mid-climb, you wouldn't have been able to catch him.
Can I look?
Look at.
Can I search for just pretty much for wrecked ship for bits and doodads like mechanical pieces?
We
And
don't
then
have
what?
time. There is a dragon at the wall.
I have to wait for you guys to climb up bits.
Yeah,
You
but
can climb while we're climbing. It's a rope. One after the other,
I'll
after the
climb
other. We all go
last.
up.
I'll climb up last.
by this time, Luggage and Drew have made it up.
Oh.
I'm not exactly weak.
It takes them about 2 minutes to get up.
And the ship's kind of low, too.
Yeah, the ship is not actively trying to go
Still
higher or
lasts 2
lower,
minutes.
it's actively trying to
During that time-
stable.
Drew is reading.
Yeah, the dragon's not flying at me. It's all good.
Alright, I'll just.
I have a plan,
It's fine.
don't worry.
Have you still got your
What,
parachute?
you gonna go run off with my
No, he
beard?
doesn't.
You might need
No, me and the bear have a point.
No, he doesn't.
You can't understand the
Oh,
bear.
no,
Only
you
I
don't.
can.
I can
They got
persuade
shot at.
anything.
He shot a hole through his own parachute.
It's okay.
You've
Maybe I
got a
can-
wand.
Is it still on me though?
The parachute? Yeah, you've still got the
You can
parachute.
sew it up.
Yeah, I'll patch it up.
You'll have to spend a few minutes
Just
patching it.
touch it and cast mending, you idiot.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hell, I'll come over.
That still requires him to sit down and find the patches and mend it together.
Well, we'll have enough time to at least fix it. You may not be able
I could
to
do
put
that
it
as
back
well.
in.
I mean,
And so
I'm an
the,
independent
Cat.
cat. Thank you very much.
the four of us.
I don't need to know.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Oh, we can all mend that ship.
We'll
I'll
just
accept that.
bring over wood,
Like,
press
I make
it,
your school
mending,
now.
grab some more. I'll just go.
So while they're climbing the airship, what are you doing as you run after Falcor?
Yeah, I'll just carry
Are you
the trees
letting him
over
know
and
you're
we'll
coming
put it
behind him?
against
Because he's
it.
Yeah.
currently just trotting at the moment.
Yeah, I want to know that I'm
Actually,
catching
there
up
is a
to him, so I'm
spell
going to
that's
yell out
for
for him.
That's no
I,
problem.
he stops and looks back at you.
I was like, I have a plan, come with me. We can defeat the dragon.
Just
Just
stop.
us.
He sits down, kind of rocks himself next to you, and just goes,
Stuff that just gives me like.
Just trust me.
advantage. Stuff to help me climb, like.
roll me a persuasion.
It's going to come down the rules. First try. 17.
Foot blades that you just click and they come up.
Wall claws.
23.
Even if I've got my own.
It's-
But you'd think that
it shrugs and hops back on all fours and sort of wanders over to you and sort of looks at you like, okay, what do you do?
This way.
The ratio
So we head
abilities
towards
combine
the dragon,
our issues.
but what I'm
You're
looking
going
for...
out this way?
Yeah, I'm looking for the remnants
okay
of
to
like
roll.
people that we've killed.
Oh, okay, so you're looking for the corpses of the other
Yeah.
guys. Okay,
Got the...
so you guys are
What are you
wandering down there
up
too. Cool.
what do you think I'm gonna...
You guys are now all on the airship.
I will be assisting anyone who wants to come up
What happens
and
if we
trying
land
to
on its
keep
back?
the order when
Can
it
it
does come
attack
up,
us?
just as everyone's.
We could probably.
It's basically you guys who, that's your
Yeah,
party
just
except
you.
for Johnny.
Yeah.
Anyone who comes to
Yeah,
try
but
and
what
go
if you
off
just-
the boat,
And I
Match.
roll.
I will try and
Yeah, but what
convince
if you
that
just latched
The
on
ones who
real
are getting
well?
off the boat have already gotten off the boat.
Sweet.
They got off the boat before you got up.
Just strength
They
flavor.
basically, the ones who were climbing
Got
down
claws.
climbed back up and then went
They
back
got
down the other
claws.
side. They can
Fuck
get
this
down
shit.
faster than you could get up.
as long as there's
I mean,
no one trying to rush around and do anything
my
stupid.
cat can hold on.
Essentially,
What if you
you
put like a
have
rope
a
around his
crew
neck?
that consists of the captain, a few
Yep.
people who can run around and sort of help
Should they
steer
not
the
be
ship,
like
and one
a
spare
tank
gunner.
scenario?
And big scary dude.
But not so much to
Just
hold
Is he
his
Roy?
supporting
Roy is part of the crew to help the ship running.
Yeah, cool.
If for mechanical purposes, you can, as a
No,
crew,
lots
you
of
can
them.
say, guys, we need to head here. The ship can head there, and you can recruit Gimbal to use as
We're
one
down
sense
by
of either a spear or a cannon.
No.
Oh.
Different game.
You don't have any more of those crew. The rest of them who would have operated that things have bailed. They've freaked out.
That's all good.
And-
With at least we can fly the
That's
ship
fine,
and I can load guns if need be. But I don't think
you
I'm
can
gonna need to load
sometimes
them.
jump on them and
Um,
stab them.
Everyone's on the ship.
Yep.
I assume we're turning to the captain.
Except for him.
I like to think you see my mind
He's
over
normally the
my
one that
hat.
talks for us too.
Yeah.
Unless, well, initially it was this one because I don't.
They
talk
wouldn't
very
talk.
well. I talked. It just wasn't the kind of conversation that made sense to other humanoids.
Just stand under the illusionary hat if it's still there.
Yeah.
Nah, he used
My hat's still
binoculars.
there.
Yeah, the hat's gone.
Oh.
He's done a couple of different changes with it. I feel like now you've probably got one of those cavalry hats.
Oh,
You're like literally.
But I don't have a horse.
But he's not riding anything. He's just running along next to this bear that's just kind of trotting next to you,
Yeah.
who moves at 40 feet.
Yeah.
So when you get your full movement, he'll just stop every now and then and just.
He's a real good sport.
It's like he's in a hurry to go somewhere, but he's not in a hurry. He can't walk slow enough to, because otherwise you go too fast, and he can't walk too fast. He's in this awkward thing where he's half pacing.
He's in an escort mission.
Yes.
Are there any crew at all on the ships?
There are crew on the ship.
He's
enough for
There's
it
just
to
one.
fly
There's only
with
one
like-
guy who's Gimbal, who is actually able to do something else in the ship. If you say we need someone to do this, it's Gimbal. Only one person. The
Okay, but
rest-
it's still operational.
it's still operational. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
Because you guys,
Fine.
because luggage and fits have reboarded. Also, Kevin is still on the ship. So
Yay.
technically you have two gunners.
Okay.
Because
There's no gun anymore though.
no, but you've got
Sure he
you've,
does.
you've got two people to ask to do things.
You seen those big things on the side of the ship? All
You-
he needs to
do
do
you
is be
trust
told
him?
how to pull the
Do you
trigger.
trust
They're called gun nipples. Duh.
He just has to be told how to pull the trigger. I'll load it for him. He probably can't pick up the damn cannonball.
No, probably not.
I think if we run out of
Gimbal?
cannibals...
Yeah, he's a crew member.
You can actually pick up a cannibal.
Gimble's he's a decent looking guy.
He's
He's
just
just
really
an idiot.
gullible.
That's why I just wanted to make sure.
He's gullible, but not
Last
weak.
resort, I think, if we run out of cannibals, we just use Kevin.
Don't tell him that.
That's what I
Just
would
shoot
do.
him at the drag.
Onwards to the dragon.
Fuck, I would so be down for that.
Cat launcher.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with this one. If Drew hasn't already gone and told him as we're waiting for everyone to come up, I'm going to the captain and saying, this is a time for bravery. And that little tiny bit of red that we see over the wall that he's been trying to hide from this whole entire time, we must go to the dragon.
I'm sitting on her shoulder stuff.
Yep, you see this activeness of the captain sort of freaking out, and he goes,
She is a fine ship. She will help.
Just like the people walk up and
She
take
will.
his hat.
And
and
I
can
like,
just, there's this active half tear coming, and he's just like,
I put my hand
"This
on
is
his
the dragon!"
put my hand on his shoulder and I give him some of my pipe. It'll ease the nerves.
it's okay. If it breaks, we can fix it. Like the little scratches that have come along. It's like, is it really?
That's cool.
Yeah, I think I saw...
Drug it,
Yeah,
Should
we'll
say.
fix it.
What about Skimmer does to
No.
dragons?
I got a backup plan.
Recharge.
Put me in the dragon's mouth.
Fire recharge.
So
So 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6.
After about a few minutes of getting everything up and the airship going to determine height, as you guys are sort of going back to sort of about 300 feet high, you notice now that the dragon is basically sort of near the wall's edge and sort of swooping like this, and shots are going at it, and a fireball will fire off down at the wall and explode at something, and it just sort of, it's doing like mini circles around here. They're not massive circles, it's just sort of swooping around like it's determining something.
But is it firing at anyone?
Yes, it's shooting at the
Back-
gun. It's
back-
shooting at the
Rangers communicate.
I hate it when we do
My
that
non-earpiece.
in Skyrim.
You down there, John. What's
do
below
you
the
still
dragon?
have that? You don't have that sending stone anymore, do you?
The
No,
dude
good.
with us had it.
Yeah, Kevin's got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Kevin's got it, and didn't we have a guy that had the
No,
stone?
Kevin
Was
and
it?
Fitz
Ah,
have
that's
the
it.
two ending
Yeah,
stones.
there's the other one.
So Kevin and Fitz, Fitz can give orders to Kevin. That's about it.
You're about a meter away from each other.
Why am I hearing
Go
a voice
jump
in
in
my
one
So
of
mind?
how
those
far away
guns.
is the ship right now? Has it moved much?
The ship
Jumps
is
on-
basically
no,
here.
in it.
So these are basically 100 meter by 100 meter as it goes through here in terms of reference to how far away it is.
I'd say we ran it.
The ship
Just
can,
ran
the
right
ship
into
can go basically 3 squares per turn. Because it essentially flies at full speed. But if it turns, if the ship turns, it can only go 1 square.
They
You
might
might
be
be-
listening to luggage too much. I say we ram it. That's a luggage thought.
Oh,
Head first.
I was just thinking it would probably do a fair bit of damage, you know.
Can this
To the ship.
with the level
And to the
turning
dragon.
to the
Well,
That's
captain?
maybe like
Yep.
With the height of the dragon,
Angry.
can we?
I mean, if it pins it down, like if we land on
Fly above it.
Yes.
Usually safe altitude for us is between 500 and 600,
because
600 feet up. So
you guys
yes,
gonna
we
do
could go above the dragon
range weapons.
as long as it doesn't
But at
notice
the
us.
moment, we're just trying to try and communicate.
Cannonball.
How the hell did they get a dragon for them?
You don't need to fire a cannon if you can just drop me from height.
Why not try and convince it to join us?
This
This candor this.
Also, what is this currently?
We've got two different mindsets right now.
What is
Convince
what?
the dragon to join us. Become human
Zap.
cannonball.
Zap.
Or is it zip or zap?
Sounds alright.
Whacker.
It
Is
was.
it 4 or 6?
Why am I not
is the
It's
main
4.
question.
It hasn't changed since last thing because you haven't killed anything. Well, I think you
Yeah,
did, but I didn't.
almost dead.
Don't worry, it's fine.
No, I don't think he killed anything. Because I
No,
killed
you
all those
killed
ones that were around him as well.
Yeah, no, you haven't killed anything yet. Oh no, you, but not with the weapon. You set a dude on fire, but that doesn't count.
Not from this.
Yeah.
That's alright. Just keeping track of it.
So you want the ship to go up?
Height is usually a good thing, especially when for me,
You got flight foot.
because you can shoot down at it, right?
No. Oh, you guys can shoot down. Yeah, the cannons on the side of the ship can't shoot down.
Yeah,
That was
we've had this
the
discussion.
issue that they.
How easy would it be to for me to reduce the size of the dragon?
It's probably immune to
You
it,
have
isn't
to
it?
touch it.
Do I have to touch it?
I think you've got to be within range of it,
Casting-
and then it has con save and has to.
Yeah. You're gonna fail that. I read about that spell.
If you're gonna do that, don't do it on the dragon.
Hmm.
Give me 2 seconds and do it on me. I'll become as big as the dragon.
Yeah, we could do that.
That's one of my plans. It's like one of my strategies. I can become, later on, I can become the size of a titan. Gargantuan.
Well, I'll enlarge you then.
Not yet, but yes.
Don't weigh the ship down.
Oh, that.
You gotta tip us off.
Can I make it smaller? You can make me bigger. Not yet.
Why am I not there? I'd be in the background going,
Because if I'm right.
You're there with my bear. Could have been helpful.
No, I've got a better plan. I'm going down to collect weapons, put back in the
Oh, jeez.
Yes, it is a con save.
my pocket of holding. I need your bear to help me push bodies into a hole.
Yeah, it's not just
Okay, so
your whole.
Are you guys going up?
Isn't it?
is what I want to know.
Yeah, we're gonna go above it.
You guys are flying up, right? You will.
Yeah. Go above it.
He's really
Make a
just
good plan.
sticking swords in this hole.
Does the
Right.
captain agree?
The
Anyways.
captain will agree to anything you guys suggest. If it means that he's got a chance of surviving, he was definitely on board with it.
Somebody roll.
Oh,
Did he
I
I was
piss
going
his
to say,
pants?
anything we say?
Essentially, any direction you say go this way, he will do it that way. Basically.
You took his hat. That's what happened.
Captain, have some of this. I call it phaser thought. It'll ease you.
Again? Have some more.
Have some more. Have a little bit more.
Fitz, is this one of your friends?
Could be.
Talking about drugs.
Okay, the ship will fly.
Hey.
Do you want 500 or 600 feet up?
So
waste
how
my
high
free,
is
even though
how
I'm the
tall is
cook.
the
The dragon is basically 300 feet up. It was your kind of average height to be above the city. It appears to be sort of trying to swoop itself.
Can we start at 6
Take
and
one
then
supply.
as we come closer drop to
Yet.
it's 3 did you say?
300.
Didn't
Yeah.
you
Go,
know?
drop to about 4?
I don't think I am.
As we, so get to the
Personally.
6 and then start to slowly come down to about a 400-ish.
Okay.
distance.
The ship basically travels in consistent directions by 300, by 100 each spot. So one round, you guys are basically up. What are you doing in mid walk?
Did I find the remnants of a battle? Or
Roll me a perception.
17.
We ain't seen shit.
I forgot there's an arrow in my eye.
Oh, wait. I pulled out another arrow before. I'd happily pull that
20.
one out.
20.
Not natural.
As you're walking, so you
Oh no.
and Falcor are basically along
The
here.
dream team.
You guys get to about here.
Yeah.
There appears to be some remnants of bodies that are around. There were also, like, not the ones that you guys. There was a smaller platoon, obviously not part of the massive groups that were charging in.
Cool.
When you start getting closer, you notice that there is actually a few town's guards, because this is an outpost area, that are actually in the area who have been sort of checking on a few of the guys that are there. There's maybe about 5 or 6 of these guys here. It's a very small division point. And as they're sort of, a couple of them are helping each other up, and there's a couple of townspeople, and they're pre-raiding these calls already.
Okay. Can I persuade them to take anything like the armor, the swords, the weapons, and put it into my pocket of holding?
What do you say to them?
I need their weapons. I'm gonna suffocate the dragon with metal.
Roll me perception with that.
something.
18 plus. Is it? What would it be?
Persuasion. It's persuasion.
That would be 24.
The few guards who are sort of wasting around sort of look at you and go, oh. And they look at the dragon, they go, I mean, if you're going to fight that, sure. Take what you need.
Cool. So I put it out and I get everybody to put their stuff in it.
These guys will help you spend a few minutes chucking in basically swords and things. A couple of people there's a few townspeople there. There's a little kid who wanders over with a wooden sword and throws it into the pile as well.
You're the best.
And you basically have about 10 broken kind of damaged swords and bits of the blades that have been chucked in, and a couple of pitchforks and a wooden sword.
Alright.
And the bear just sits there watching the entire time.
Bits. How many
Lazy
swords?
bastard.
6.
6 swords.
I guess he can't really grab stuff, so he probably cut himself.
He has a
Even
mouth.
if he could, he would probably still just sit there watching.
He's just sitting there watching this whole thing, just going
It's
like.
pretty neutral.
I don't think it would be intelligent for an animal to grab a sword in its mouth, especially if it's broken and rusted.
At the handle. Jeez, what are you, an idiot? You're fighting me in my mind.
As I'm floating over, hey, come on, don't do that guy.
You've got like a
I
100
was like,
feet range or
"Fire!"
something, so I don't think you
Yeah,
could. No.
When I get, there's another part that I can get that makes it 1,000 or something. For now, no.
I don't need you to roll for
I-
this.
I-
You, in the middle of doing this, will actively
Mentally
hear the
connect to
sound of a
people.
massive explosion
Oh.
go off,
Oh,
and your group
And I
kind of
don't
looks
have to
over,
be able to understand
and you
the
notice
languages.
on this side of the
Oh,
wall
thoroughly
here,
can you
like
connect
you can
with
see
them?
something's just
Oh,
exploded from the
thoroughly.
side of the ship.
Thoroughly
Okay.
as they would.
Can
I
You can
persuade the
sense
guards to
mental
come with me and
images
go
of
investigate?
shit that you've seen, even.
Yeah, they will
Flash of
follow
the
behind you.
cartoon.
Sweet. Alright, we're going that way then.
One of the guards turns to you and says, that sounded like from one of the spots where we had one of the anti-air ships that were on the wall. I think one of them may have been shot down.
Oh shit.
We're
Let's go that way.
fine.
Cool, so next round goes through. And so you guys hover. Why is there a piano here?
It's because you put that there.
I know, but why is it still there? So you guys get to about here. So they're in the middle of the city, but 600 feet up. So you would travel further because you're higher. Roll me perceptions, you guys in the airship.
13.
I got a whole 4. I've been talking too much
You
of that
tried
fight.
to use
my
my
binoculars.
binoculars.
13, 20, natural or just normal? And what did Drew get? Okay. You two both kind of bend over the ship at the same time and smack into each other's heads. Fitz sees that and goes, and sort of looks down and goes, oh, the city's down there. Luggage on the other side of the ship sort of looks over and goes, ah. And you can see that this portion of the wall here basically has exploded, and you know that that's where one of the anti-airship guns was, and the dragon is currently sort of coming in from that kind of angle now.
They all the way to the ground, or just the top of it's been?
The top of the wall is exploded off. The wall is still intact, just the upper area of it has been blown off.
Is there any more threats that I can see coming? Like other than a dragon?
You
trying
can
to get
still
in
see
the arm?
up here, that army of orcs and things, that army is still there. It's
Well,
currently
that's
engaged
some
with
shit
this
more
wall.
damage, but
That's still
everything
happening. There appears to be
down there.
small units coming back out of the city coming through.
Cool.
You can also see another small contingent sort of hanging out around here.
After we
Have them die.
they'd whooped most of their asses.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Flying up in
The-
the air, just didn't see the fleet of the
Gunship.
ships for some reason.
Get to,
Magic ships.
the closest gun has been destroyed.
Mending!
The dragon seems to be advancing.
You should be able to make mending stones and just chuck them.
Hey, dragon!
You can, as an artificer, you can put up to level 1 or 2 spells into
Roll me.
into
Hey.
an artificer. But you have to use
You're
it.
yelling from 300
So you
feet
can
away.
make
I
a
don't think I
mending
can
hammer
hear you.
that when
Natural
you
20.
hit
It might have really good hearing.
Roll me a performance at disadvantage.
How far away are we?
It's whole.
Should I
Oh,
give
wait,
you-
nice.
Should I
You
give you
didn't know my way.
inspiration?
Oh.
Disadvantage. Sorry, mate.
Oh, wait.
I'm gonna change my.
The crew heard you.
Understands you thoroughly.
The crew heard you shout something out of the ship. It was coherent.
I assume there's no form of
Of course, while this is all
Horns or
going on,
sounding
I'm
or
mending
anything.
my
Your-
parachute, you know.
Yep.
How
that's
far
fine.
away? 200 meters.
No, you
100.
guys are 300. Like you guys are 300 up here, and then what are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 feet along.
I don't think I can reach there.
6 by 3, so probably close to 7.
Yeah.
Don't think my gun can reach there.
Don't start taking pot
Um,
shots.
240 feet, if I'm right, for your standard rifles is the maximum range. And if you're shooting
Yours
at
won't reach.
maximum,
It won't reach?
it is a
Yep.
disadvantage.
Yours will.
mine? Or?
Unlike the arrows and the guns, yours will dissipate.
Unless you throw your gun and shoot the trigger while it's a minute.
Use mage hand.
It still would dissipate. I'm sorry.
We could do it, but Mage Hand has a limit of
Yours is like a
120 feet.
spell. It runs out once it reaches its limit.
Okay.
Laser. Got it.
Right, yeah. Keep moving. Point out that the dragon's starting to go. Kind of put a bit of urgency into the group.
Are you in a hurry with your crew, or are you just kind of moving?
No, we're in a hurry.
Okay.
I mean, I like the way that
Yeah. So
you looked at
Metal gun.
you
Could I just wear it?
you get to hear.
Five
Roll me
rounds.
perception.
Hold up.
So yes.
There's still an
Just
army
enough,
there.
and it
I'm
can't-
aware. That's why I'm checking.
Oh no.
Can it move things though?
Yes.
But I guess when
It can interact just like a hand.
Cool.
So that's
You get to the thing and you go, cool. There was some
So
corpses
let's
there,
say-
but the dragon's over this way. We're heading towards the dragon.
Headed towards the dragon.
5 pounds.
Ignorance is bliss.
I was just thinking like if they had a glove on it,
I didn't
they
heal.
had like chains.
That just hit me.
Get to you.
Cool.
What if the
None of the
dragon's
soldiers running with you notice either.
That's attack.
They're all intently following.
What is it with you and inspiring
It's
people to
got
not be a
Valkor got a natural one. Is not paying attention.
Oh!
You're just taking a grappling hook and tell it.
He's so
using
bored,
Mage
he
Hand
doesn't
to Put it
care.
on, and then you just yank, and now you've got it on.
He's meant to be the sensible one.
I have nothing to heal myself.
I don't need to
Make
check
it
Valkor's
cool.
stats. Just
Make
it's a
it
natural
on the
one.
tail.
He is not paying attention.
I'm giving him real good pats behind the ear as we're running.
Yeah, I need to upgrade my gun to shoot snakes.
Okay. So crew in the airship. You guys moving the airship still?
Sometime.
Yep, we are.
So where do you want it to go? Above
The same sort of thing we were doing. We're going above, aren't we?
above the dragon still. So sort of preempting where he's going to go.
I assume we're starting to drop a bit now as we're coming closer towards.
Okay. If you're dropping, if you drop at 100. So you got to go 2 spaces, then 100 down. So you're now 500 up.
Get a bit more movement up and then
You
drop the
literally
last bit.
hit your head into my elbow. Why you
Just
say
so
sorry
that
to
Cool.
my elbow?
I
That's
want
what
to
I was
have us
thinking.
in range
Why
when we
don't
get
I
over
do?
it. Otherwise, there's no point in being
Yeah,
over it.
yeah,
You can just attack us in it.
That's true.
It's pretty
But
close.
it might have seen us.
I'm used to it.
It's currently passing over the city walls as a few more shots seem to fly at it.
Using some form of wings, I assume, not walking.
Yeah. 2 more shots go flying off. You guys in the airship above kind of hear the anti-airship stuff and sort of look down and roll me perceptions.
You hate me.
Non-natural 20.
Not a natural.
Oh,
Cool.
17.
You, 17,
Yeah, 15.
15, cool. Yeah, you guys all kind of hear the gunshots go off and sort of look down and you notice the shots that have missed this dragon have come up and then circled down back down towards the city.
Okay.
As in they've both fired up and missed and gone down.
Perhaps
And percentile
you
wise,
should
How close were they to hitting the
equip
dragon?
yourself to
not very.
Not
They,
very at all.
they,
larger
they
gun
missed entirely.
and make them actually hit while we.
They can't fire back into the city. They've obviously hit their range and shot
Have
out
they
of
been able to
desperation.
shoot down? I don't think they can.
Roll me
The
perception.
guns on the walls.
Sweet.
But that means they have to go down there with you.
Natural 20.
Cool. You're in mid-run
No, you're
and
going
you
to
hear this
walls.
gunshot
It's
go
going
off and you
through
look
the
and you
town.
watch a cannonball go flying from the wall,
I'm going
miss
to be
the
the one in
dragon,
front of it.
and go flying into the lake.
That's generally the plan.
Oh crap.
I'm trying to get you onto
That's
a
a natural
bigger
20?
gun, pretty much.
You can also tell how old that cannonball was.
It was made in the forge of dwarves.
It was a dud cannonball. It had a slight oval curve to it. That's probably why it missed.
Fucking amateurs. That's how I prepare my cannons.
Giving you that natural 20, you also notice as you followed it along, looking over at the lakeside up
see
here,
yeah.
you see
A second dragon.
Oh god damn it.
there is an encampment of something on top of this little bankment here above the lake. They have set themselves up a little defense on this thing here, and you now notice there is this defense encampment that's just set itself up there.
I just ignore it.
Okay.
Not interested.
Can you tell whether it's good or bad guys?
No, you can just tell it's an encampment.
Yeah, I don't care.
Although with a natural-
It's a platoon that you just got a bunch of stuff from, right? And then walked off, so you've just left them unequipped?
No, no, no.
No, he has the platoon with
They're
him.
all with me. I've incited a group.
Are they equipped?
Yes.
Okay, maybe you should engage that
No.
place.
No. He has a plan.
Instead, you're going to go after the bigger threat.
Yep.
Okay,
Priorities.
fair enough.
Cool. So one more round in, you guys are dropping down to 400 feet and above the dragon. Yes.
Yep.
Cool. So you guys,
So that is pretty much the point that we are now at, above it.
you are essentially.
Oh. Damn it, that's what I wanted to do.
Same.
I moved to the edge of the boat. Or airship, what do you want to call it?
Oh, what?
It's a boat that looks like it has a
We're
balloon
above it.
attached to the top of it. That's basically
We
what
are
the airships
100
are.
feet away from
I thought you
It's
had
very crude in design.
somehow landed on
Oh.
it. I'm like,
That's
I was still on you.
it. That's the ship.
You guys are basically.
Oh god.
You guys are above the dragon.
So at this point, we are.
You all
above
have
it, we're
actions that
100
you
feet
can-
away from it. We can all hit it with something. That was the whole plan.
Ah, yes.
The only one who can't hit it with something decent is me. I can at least mine prove it.
Maybe this body slam.
We got a
It's a
Professor
big
exit.
target that'll be pretty easy to do.
Legion.
What is?
I'm gonna put battle music on.
Battle
You're using the words
You can hear that
mind
fairly decently though. The music. The whole time I was watching it last
Oh.
week, it wasn't too bad. Though there was more voices, of course. That's the whole point of it. Do we need to? roll
I
initiative?
will need initiatives now because
Is that- shall we decide what to do, or
21.
Yeah, move your dice.
Ooh! I love how I
Only 19.
I love how I roll somewhat.
Why? Plus whatever your
But my
initiative is.
initiative
Oh,
is
yeah.
so high. that it makes it
22.
good.
Good one.
Initiative plus 3.
Oh, and you rolled 19.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh, it's 20.
well, the male, the front line is
What'd you got?
last.
The one's
18.
plus
18.
Look, the dragon's dancing.
Uh,
I got 22.
No,
I got a 13, so I'm above those. Sorry.
It's beneath your.
that's probably easier anyway.
this has worked quite well because you guys have just given me the order and I'm just running down the order. And Johnny. Cool. So first up is Falcor, who is running along with Johnny.
Fuck's sake.
Falcor got a nat 20 in his initiative. He runs along, but he's essentially running along with you without knowing what this plan of yours is. He spends his entire turn moving with you.
Okay.
Fitz.
He knows there is a plan, he just does not know what it is.
Actually, you guys have gotten to about here, so you guys have sort of stopped at a
We
point.
can.
Did I come across any more weapons?
It's 100 feet away.
Yeah,
Shout.
you guys have come across more of the corpses along.
Or
You're the only
I've
one
assumed
who
you've been
really,
grabbing them and chucking them in the
Cool.
Fine.
What would I have?
all dragons
Um,
at least speak Draconic. Most, if they're not young dragons, speak Common. Try and shout
Oi! What the fuck?
at it. Or
Okay.
hold your
What you doing?
action until it's time to fight. Hold your shot for later. If you
Okay, 25 arrowheads.
Collecting more arrows.
4 swords. And about 500 grams of... about 5 kgs
I need
of
these
random
spells.
robot
Yeah,
metal pieces.
The young ones
500
even speak
grams.
Common.
Wait, 500 kilos.
Do
5
ancient
kilos,
ones
5
speak common?
Yes.
If,
Ancients
if
more.
a young one speaks Common, they all do.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know about whelplings. But young, which is, as I was looking through it, was the right CR for us. This is an adult. This is going to be
No,
fun.
this is an ancient.
Where is it?
Well, he said adult. Is it an ancient or an adult?
I said it looked like an
It
ancient.
looks like an ancient.
You sent me the image of foreboding. It's not going well up there.
Okay, so Fitz, what are you doing?
We're still doing this.
I might just hold my action.
Do you want to use your bonus action to summon something, or is that your actual action? Your turret, which is probably not currently around.
I don't think I.
You didn't de-summon that turret,
No.
so I'm assuming you've re-put it back on your shoulder again.
Mm.
He was going to
It's
blow.
still
He was
lying
going
on
to
the
blow it
ground.
up, but the crew split off that he was going to blow up. So
There we go. I remember hearing something about it possibly exploding, which...
okay,
do
Aaron.
do that.
Alright, so I stand on the edge of the ship to
Does it
prepare to.
increase it later then?
when
Because
he
you're
jumps.
looking at the wrong book.
So you're preparing the enlarged
I can
spell
always
for when
Yeah.
luggage jumps. So you're holding an action to.
Oh, so what's going to happen is we're gonna jump, and midair as I enlarge him, I'm gonna Misty Step back.
Okay.
Can I do that?
That'll be I
Or does that count as two? Like, would we fall enough that my second turn I could Misty Step back?
So your action is to
We get
jump
nothing.
from the ship when luggage jumps.
Ooh, I can
And then
make
as
some
that's your next move from there,
No.
your next so you're not holding a spell, which if you hold a spell, you basically if the round goes around again, you dispel it because you've already used it to hold
Okay.
it. But
Okay,
because
so
your
it's-
action is to jump off the ship with
No,
luggage,
it's not.
and it's not to cast the spell,
That's the picture.
then
of the
I
Battlesmith.
won't
That is
consider
not
that
the
a held
Battlesmith
spell.
page.
It's just a held movement action. So
I've
you
read
can-
this thing
it's a held
backwards and
movement action, so you
forwards
can still
repeatedly.
perform an action if you want.
Okay.
Maybe not backwards.
No, I'm good.
You're good. Okay. Drew.
That's it.
I'm trying to decide whether you can Misty Step or
Oh,
not.
down off.
I'm pretty sure I can.
You're off luggage.
Because
Yep.
all you need to do is tap me with enlarge.
I suppose
Oh, is that
reality
it?
there's
I
no
can
talking
deal
about
You don't even need to be touching him to be near him to do it. To be honest.
Oh,
I think it's 60 feet.
Has anyone on the ship actually attacked the dragon yet?
On
On
the
the,
ship.
in the
No.
airship? No.
Yeah.
Can you
Okay. I don't really necessarily
I
want to
tried to,
bring
not through
attention
Facebook,
to us
it's too
just
big.
yet, so I'm just gonna hold.
I'll
Should
limit
turn
it.
the
Attack.
cannon into
Find
a
the-
Oh,
find
an
down
attack.
for it.
Just a cantrip spell or something to blast off. Okay.
But yeah. It's,
okay. So my
if you need
action
that
I
for
hold
anything,
was the
it's
enlarge
fast.
then.
Drew.
So you're just
Turn
waiting
into a
to-
bomb.
So you're
So
waiting for luggage. So you will actively hold this. If luggage doesn't jump off the ship, you will lose up a spell slot if he doesn't jump off.
Don't worry, I'm jumping off the ship.
Okay.
Okay. No, I'm just making sure you guys are both on the same page, so you don't do something that you weren't doing.
Yep.
Cool. Luggage.
Well, you've jumped off. I turn to the captain. It's been an honour. Stay safe. The ship will last. And as I say that last word, I grow to my initial ogre size, which puts me one size up from what I currently am. Too large.
The ship teeters slightly this way, as you've just doubled in weight.
Yep. And as I do that,
And as that happens, the captain starts doing this to try and readjust it.
as I try to, no, don't! And I jump. Like,
And as you jump,
straight over.
I yell, just like me and Dante used to, enlarge!
So you are now a massive.
So I was originally medium. I go to the next size up, which if I'm correct is large, and then from large to, I think it is massive, yes.
Cool. And it's concentration, right?
Nope.
Yours isn't concentration.
Not that I remember. I can check for you. Oh, wait. What was
You
the other
gotta
one?
meditate as you go down.
Every time I get hit, it causes issues, if that's true.
That's
Oh,
why
no.
I'm checking.
It's the one thing I
That'd be a great way to dodge. You just suddenly drop inside.
Yes,
Oh,
it is.
true.
It is.
Gone for 1 minute.
Cool.
I was probably
So you
supermarket.
you guys see this massive thing. You
Oh,
roll me a perception. This is gonna be interesting.
I didn't see it at all.
There's guys over there you're worried about. That's fine.
I see the dragon's belly. I'm like, I'm not impressed.
There's some like 4-year-old kid who's like, Mister, I found you another thing, tapping on the side with a
Luggage.
sword.
Confirm
You
that you're
start
over 16.
falling towards the back of the dragon,
Someone
and you
come and ask my
concentrate,
ID.
and you get bigger, and the world goes dark. You are in shutdown mode.
You're 17 then.
Too bad.
Johnny, your turn.
Thank God I have full
Yeah,
resist.
well,
This would hurt.
luckily no one comes through to succeed.
Did you hear that?
Also be
Either of you hear that?
Yeah.
I
You
just
got-
went into shutdown mode as I grew. Falling off the edge.
He
You
doesn't.
got too big.
He started growing into his massive size, shut down, and goes back to the size he was if enlarged spell had been cast on him, and
So,
he's
large.
shut down. Roll me perceptions, Drew, Fitz, and Aaron.
What's the dragon gonna do? Just feel like a brick?
19.
10.
10.
Cool. You guys just see luggage disappear. Like he's just down below you.
Does he
You
notice
see
that he didn't
see
get
luggage disappear. Cool.
Did he notice that I didn't actually get bigger?
He would have noticed you get bigger and then smaller, and then he's lost sight of you.
Okay.
You actively watched luggage fall. He was going for the dragon, and then he's just gone.
Astral plane of earth.
I
Johnny.
haven't taken Nomad yet. What's this about nomadic stuff?
Johnny, your turn.
Any other things we can do is
So what? He's gonna hit the deck next turn.
I can't get
Bloody
it, but I
mistakes.
can.
Okay, cool. So I just keep moving closer to where the dragon is till I'm at that hole in the wall.
Okay.
You're
It's not a hole in the wall, it's a hole on the top of the wall.
Okay. Is there a way to get in from there? Like that
There,
pathway?
this pathway, if you
So I keep going to
Because
that
if
So
yellow.
you and Falcor head to this pathway.
So you're like
You
wow
notice
mage,
that it's
all that
basically
damage, but
the
no
gate's
mana.
been closed up, the whole thing's been in lockdown mode.
Yeah.
Basically, you and the small contingents of soldiers get there,
No, pyroblast
and there is a
that's
few
what
guys
I'm
who are
sorry,
sitting on
guys.
top of the wall who are freaking out at the
Let's sit here
dragon,
for
and
a
one
while,
dude
make
at the
some
side
okay.
looks down at you, sees the guards that are with you, and ignores you, and looks back at the dragon again.
Oh,
They currently are more preoccupied with the dragon.
Okay. Is there more stuff
To
to
be
pick
fair,
up?
it was pretty
'Cause I know that we
effective.
speed
Yeah,
up
there
some
is
guys.
more stuff to
It's
pick
the
up.
arcane
Cool, can I
mages
pick up
that
some more stuff?
waste their mana.
Okay, sweet. There were
So it's okay either way.
there's a wizard's robe set there. In there is basically he's got a pouch of ingredients and things. He has 10 gold.
Wait, are you robbing someone?
He's robbing the corpses of the guys they killed. I just need to double check how many bandits were running through there.
I don't remember half the characters, so it's just anger.
That's
As I try and play more tanks that
I pick it up. I was like,
ones
this
that
will
are
help.
used to be tanked
There,
with AP damage
because
coming.
most of them were spread out coming through here, it's not the full amount, but there are 10 more swords and also 10 more daggers that each of these bandit guys were carrying.
He was
a
just
shorter
the lead damage
dagger
for
with
the
them.
team.
And you also roll me a perception.
The glass cannons are just straight up glass cannons.
Yeah.
No survival.
She was just getting
At all.
owned by
Oh,
just
12.
You
It's
find
still a
12
tank, it's
areas.
It's just better to
Alright,
build them
shadow.
as suicide.
Falcor, who is running around with you, or
Reusing
walking
ammo.
around with you,
Vega
will
wasn't that bad.
walk up to you, lean his head next to you, and say, and you hear in your head, I'm not sure what you want me to do now.
Keep picking up stuff. Or pushing it into the hole.
He steps back,
That's
sits
Push
down,
like a tree
and just,
trunk in
he
there.
just rolls into a cat wall and just lies there and just goes,
That's fine, whatever. Can he, like, if I've got it open,
Something.
can he push like a tree in there?
he's not doing anything. He's
You
just
son of a bitch.
Push him into the hole.
Alright. No, that's gonna suffocate him.
He's
Fitz.
also about 600 pounds.
Fitz,
Yo, Fitz.
what's you gonna do?
So wait, they were all holding their action. Couldn't they have? Well,
Fitz was holding an action, but he didn't specify what his action was, so I've gone back around.
Yeah, okay, I was going to say now they disappeared.
He essentially skipped his turn.
Yep.
So Fitz,
So we're not going to try and just talk to him. That
I think we're past that point.
Yeah.
I don't think that ever actually
As
became
you
a
see in
real
the
Well, the
background.
luggage didn't seem to do anything to it.
As you see in the background, the building
Yeah.
collapses while on fire.
Is there a reason
Can I try
I've
and
disappeared
convince
to
the
the corner
captain?
into an illusion?
To just lower the ship right on top of a dragon.
you want it to land
Well,
on the
to
dragon?
be
On the
fair, I
dragon.
know it's
Roll me a
nothing
persuasion.
I've
That's
ever
a
seen
terrible
before in the
idea.
way
You
a
need
dragon-
And disadvantage,
Like a
because you're telling him
really
to
high
crash his
number.
ship into a dragon.
It's not a named dragon that you know. It's
Disadvantage?
just
I don't
It
think
looks like a
it's-
dragon.
I don't think
A
it's a
red
point
dragon.
to re-roll or anything,
But
to
it
be
doesn't look
honest.
like one you know.
Doesn't look like any kind of dragon.
Can I give him my inspiration?
That was kind of.
No, 'cause he
back
can't
down
hear you.
to
Two.
Sam,
Yes.
Oh.
the
Can we
knowledge
throw in
that
his
Drew-
deception?
that Drew got about the dragon.
Yep.
It's that he doesn't know any of the
There are
named
no
dragons.
there are no matched records of named dragons that match this description.
But he knows that it's a big red
It
dragon.
is most
Yeah.
certainly a dragon.
It is most certainly a big red dragon.
Not a case of I've never seen a dragon like it.
It's a case of I've never seen a dragon that matches this description.
But big red one.
Okay,
is.
It's essentially it's a big red dragon to you.
Can I do it?
But
as-
based off your roll, it still confuses you because most ancient dragons have some sort of title.
Can I do it as deception, saying that it's the only way we can take it down?
So what is it with
That's
deception?
the illusion.
Not great.
Still not good. 10.
He just looks at you and there's this freaked out face and he's just like, I mean, I'll go 50, but I'm not going into that thing.
It's the only way.
Being a general.
It's an illusion.
I like to think
It's an
you're
illusion.
deceiving him with my techniques, but you're fucking
Look, good
it up.
captain. The ship will be fine. You just need to land on it. It'll be its weak point.
It's natural.
Are you going to spend your action saying that because it is your turn next?
Yep.
So would you
Cool.
wait,
Roll
just try and find
Just a
the-
straight roll. There's no disadvantage with persuasion for this, based on the fact that you're technically aiding.
Fuck!
I should have
I
stolen
would
the
really
ship.
actually try
He
and
looks
find
at both of you and then looks at Drew and goes, "They want me to land on the dragon. I don't want to land on the dragon. I want to fly the ship away now."
We gotta
I
pin
got
it
away,
down.
but
I
let's
told
stay
him as I
flying,
jumped off
being
to
a
keep
flying
it safe.
ship.
The two
Was
of
that?
We
you.
land on the dragon.
It's-
It's
but
gonna
then
be like.
If we land on the dragon can't fly as well.
Bullshit. You can turn around and smash the thing with a couple
Or
of
just
swipes.
sort of
Oh, that's
go
true.
I
down.
said to him, keep the ship safe as I jumped off. That
That's
was
true,
my
yeah.
last command to him.
Okay,
Which is
yeah.
why it was a disadvantage.
I like to think you two look at each other and go, man, Johnny made it look so easy.
Drew.
Luggage did it pretty well.
I
Yeah.
would actually like.
So I understand
Have-
how people love things.
Hang on.
Rather than
I
So
can
just
make people
froth
act
the
against
captain
their
there.
natural nature.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you do.
Detect magic.
You just cast it as a thing.
It can be used as a spell slot or as a ritual. I assume you're using it as a
Spell slot, because a ritual takes 10 minutes, I think it is.
A
Takes
minute,
a minute.
which
A
is
minute.
10 rounds.
10 rounds, yeah. Are you ritualing it, or are you spell slotting it?
Screw it. I may as well. I haven't used any of my slots yet, so. Unless.
No, I've used cantrips with you. The only one I used up skills of was luggage, because he was dying. He had 3
What am I
HP.
supposed to do with that?
That's my pencil.
Oh.
Yeah, thank
yeah.
you, and I
Yeah,
tra- we traded at least one thing
So
for this
detect
one.
magic.
I remember.
Give me the description
I
of it.
remember doing
It
that to it.
gives in an what is it, 1 mile? I don't know the radius, but it pretty much shows an aura of any magic that you can see, and you know the type of magic it is. So the school,
Yep.
conjuration, evocation, da 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 da, and something else. But the range on it, I think, is the one that we
30
need.
feet.
The 30?
Yeah.
That's
Magic
useless.
within 30 feet of you.
So that's what I wanted to know, the range and
Yeah.
things. If you climb to the bottom of the ship, it would still be 70 feet away from you.
He did say he'd go down 50 feet. The captain. He'd go down 50 feet away.
Yeah, could I instruct the captain to do so
And-
and then cast it?
He would be able to see through pretty much everything except like lead, like a long sheet of lead.
Okay, give me an athletics for you climbing on the outside of the ship to go down to the side.
boy.
Are you going to climb on the outside, or are you dropping? Because you won't be
Did you
within.
not just say I can see?
He can see through the wood, so he doesn't need to.
So you want to be? You have to go to the
bottom.
bottom.
Yeah, I'm
bottom.
going
the
normal
bottom.
bottom.
Okay, you
Drew's not dumb.
you will spend a round going to the bottom of the ship,
Okay.
and the airship will spend a round dropping down. So next round, if you cast that, okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Sounds good.
Johnny, what are you doing?
Has he hit the ground yet?
I'm not telling you what's going
Okay.
on.
Can I roll perception to see if I see him again?
And
Yep, roll. Huh?
It's been 2 rounds. If I'm falling, I would have hit the ground. You should know that much by logic.
Well, maybe
Don't think you're going to be able to see me.
I'll hear where you hit. I'm trying to help you.
You're gonna see a big
asshole.
dust cloud.
Fair enough.
I'm not helping you with a fall. Never mind.
The dragon is about here now, and the airship has been keeping tabs with it as well, by the way.
Okay. Do I have enough stuff for my plan yet?
Maybe I just parachute. on
How
top
much
of
sort of destruction is
What do
it?
you mean, did you parachute?
It's just
I did.
firing
Oh, you did?
fireballs down aimlessly.
Big
There's
brain.
a bit
Yeah,
of
I make
destruction.
sure to say it a
So
lot.
can I persuade the
Buildings
guys
are
to
being
drop the
hit
gate?
with
Yes.
fires and shit. Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Can I persuade the guys to drop the gate? Let me in.
Roll persuasion.
Did you say
What are you
dragon
What are you
times?
yelling at them?
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Let me in. I need your
Yeah.
assistance to kill the dragon.
That
We.
is indeed.
We.
Katanas.
Yeah,
You've got a platoon behind you.
I
We.
stop halfway and go, we.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Exactly like this.
You've got nothing with you to say I'm part of this group or anything, because you don't have one of those things that the rest of the guys have.
20, not natural.
One of the guys looks back
Is it
down at
just
you,
transforming?
looks at your crew, and says, I mean, if you want to fight the dragon, I won't open the gate, but hold on. And he disappears behind the wall, and a rope goes flying down the side of the
Sweet, we all climb the rope.
Cool.
Bear too.
The bear will watch you start climbing the rope and just sit there.
You're coming with us, bear.
Yeah, but I don't
Just
think he
lifts
can
its paw.
climb.
That bear can fly.
The bear is sitting there watching you as you guys start climbing the thing. Next round goes through. The bear spends its turn watching you guys climb.
Son of a bitch.
It's just boredly watching and just going.
Fuck, I need that bear for this.
Fitz.
So we haven't attacked it yet, right?
Well, you dropped a luggage on it.
Well, tried to.
Can I get a...
If I'd been dropped on it, it
Are
probably
the
would have
cannons
made
in
some form
place
of
to
reaction.
shoot at it?
I
Oh,
was still pretty big.
yeah. How far? We're only like what, 70, 50,
You
50
guys
meters
are
above.
50 meters above it now.
You guys were in range when we got to it
Hmm.
for
I feel like-
pretty much everything.
I feel like if I shoot it though, then it knows we're there.
It's not even a
And I don't want
big
it to be
threat.
my fault.
I
That's
think
like
it knows
bad.
we're there since we dropped luggage on it.
Would it have reacted? Something hit me. Huh? Oh, big flying thing. Ow. Because
That's-
it's focused downwards at the moment.
That's true.
I haven't gone through its reaction yet, so.
Yeah, so if I attack it and
It's
it goes for a ship, it's
I was
my
dropping here. if I've landed on it, it should have reacted by now.
No, that's its movement when you had dropped. I just hadn't moved it to
Okay.
rounds. It's behind in round movements.
fault. Okay, well, I guess someone has to. I'll fire a cannon. I'll fire a cannon at it.
One of the cannons on the ship.
Yeah.
Ooh, the cannons on the ship don't fire downwards.
Oh.
Okay, well,
Wow, wow.
I'm just gonna kick the cannon off on top of it.
If I was still
Fuck,
on the
you
ship,
learned
I
that from
possibly
me.
could have picked it up and held it there for you.
Okay, cool.
But-
Oh.
Give me an athletics.
So I'm also.
Just shoot the cannon downwards. Take it in the ship. Tip it on its end.
I was gonna say.
You
I
have
was
to
just
shoot
gonna
for
say
a
light
ship.
it and
Yeah.
then kick it down, but then I feel like I'm gonna have to roll to see if it shoots upwards.
No,
Into the
I,
ship.
I will roll to see if it shoots
Um,
upwards.
do
by,
it,
the, by
that's-
the time it goes down this way, the cannonball will fall out and the cannon will spin and it'll go poof. And the cannonball will still hit its target.
I like to think you saw a diagram of me planning this, and that's what gave you the idea, and you quickly wiped it off so it looks like your idea.
Johnny.
So you just
I made
pushing this
this.
cannon off.
Yeah, I'm pushing a cannon.
Roll
right
me
over.
Light
a
it, light it, light
athletics.
Not even a cannonball. We're just pushing the cannon.
Yeah, I'll light it as well.
Damn right.
With a cannonball on it.
With Kevin and something. Cannonball.
With a possible luggage on its back.
But
Haven't
man,
we talked about this?
You've disappeared for all we know.
you're dead.
You're not there anymore.
Actually, as far as you know, he just went down.
Yeah, no one's actually bothered to
Besides,
look over
see-
and look for him.
You can
couldn't
still
see
feel
what
your spell
happened.
being active on something.
Okay.
Okay.
It's working.
I've already prepared for this, so there's no going back. So athletics, right?
Yep.
16.
Cool. You spin it around, pushing it up, and then off the edge of the ship as you hear Gimbal go, "We might need that."
It's concentration for you too, by the way.
Okay.
That's if you
So-
take damage.
Yeah, if you take damage or want to cast another concentration spell, you have
Did
to drop
the
the
cannon
window.
go
If you
off?
take damage, do a con save.
I wonder
Okay.
if you guys enlarge
High or
me,
low?
could I throw large objects? Because I can throw anything as a weapon.
I can't see it. It's just out of view of me.
Not
Okay,
large,
so
but you could throw
Before we do
immediately.
this,
Yeah,
if
so
it
like I could
fires
throw
up,
a
does that
sword
mean
like
it
a
shoots down
dagger.
quicker, so it'll do more damage?
I mean, just imagine if I got. If
So
you
either
could
way,
have
it's sort of a
liability,
win,
you know, just
but
go
not
full
really.
fat.
Is it loaded with a
That's
cannonball?
Yeah.
Pick up a
Yeah,
cow.
Yeah.
Okay. If it fires up, the cannonball will go up, and the cannon will go down
Faster, right?
faster. If it goes the other way, the cannonball will go down, and the cannon will go up.
But eventually it'll fall back. You know.
And then I will have to roll another percentile whether it hits the bottom of the ship.
I'd roll some form of strength.
Higher.
Do it. Do it.
Higher.
Higher?
Yeah.
Higher what? Higher it goes up or higher it goes down?
Yeah.
And
Hi-
what
higher
goes
it's
up or
facing
down?
up, higher you're facing down. And
Well, I'm just saying.
well,
If
if
you rolled it,
I've rolled it, but I want to know: do you want the higher to be the cannon facing that way so that it goes down, or do you want the higher to be the cannons facing that way so the cannonball goes down?
Do you want it to work?
I wanted to. I don't really want to get hit by a cannonball to be honest.
So
It's
then
alright, it
facing
can't flood.
facing
But you
down a
can.
success, which would be higher.
Yeah.
I mean, you're screwed
Right.
either way.
And then
So the
cannon
cannon
basic
falls.
controls.
And the cannonball goes up.
It rolled lower.
Yeah.
Oh no. The
Does
ship's
the
gonna
cannonball
take
at least
damage.
fall down after hitting?
If it hits you, probably not. It might get lodged. in-
Drew, in the bottom of the ship, roll me a deck save. Something about killing your own party seems to be a thing.
It's okay. It's okay.
For fits, yes.
Not bad.
Have you had
17?
some issues
Cool.
with teams in the past or something?
You get down to the bottom of the ship and you're like, cool, I might be able to get ready to cast a spell, and you hear this boom from below, and you go, that was weird. You kind of step back from it and go,
Ears.
you're like, and then this cannonball goes flying through the bottom of the ship a few feet in front of you and just crashes into the roof above you and just kind of
I
gets
guess that
lodged
kind
there.
of makes things easier.
There's now a hole in the bottom of the ship.
You can even see now.
As you see, this cannon has just
I could
flown
shoot down
down.
through the hole.
and
Perception.
You don't know the hole's there.
Well,
You know something
I think
hit
we
the
would
ship.
hit and
Wrong,
feel
we don't
something.
hit it.
Sure.
you notice just past the dragon that this cannon looks like it's just missed it and flown into the poor district of the city.
A little orphan boy goes, so that's a dragon's penis. Oh no!
Johnny, climbing up on top of the wall, I'm giving you this for free. You see this whole ordeal happen. You climb up and look up, and you see this cannon fire, and it just misses the dragon and just flies into the city, and this cannonball flies back up into the airship.
I see a very bloodied cannon.
You can't see the cannon on the ground, you just know where it landed.
Yeah, and
You
there's
have
some
a small
screaming.
sense of pride or anger as someone stole your idea. Whichever you feel.
I'm massively
Aaron.
conflicted. Fucking hell, that's great.
Just lucky Drew doesn't know it was you.
True.
Just
Yeah,
think
no,
a
he
cannonball flew out from nowhere.
You would be like,
But
that's
I don't
something.
know who pushed that down.
He's already seen the cannons down on the ground and missed repeated
Okay,
shots.
yeah.
It could have been
If,
there.
You'd be like, that's something that Johnny would do, but he's not here.
very possible.
Aaron, what are you doing?
Is he,
I'm just
is
gonna-
Johnny trying to create a way onto the ship?
There's not much I can do. I'm gonna take a pot shot.
Down?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Roll a hit.
Through the little hole.
I'm gonna hit the side.
Except what you.
15. What is it?
I guess there's a hole.
Is this
hole
taking
in there.
It's off your dex and proficiency. I
Is
think.
it
All the way.
It's plus
Oh.
6.
That
Yeah.
cannonball's
21.
gonna come back down though.
21. Cool.
That's
Roll damage.
Okay.
And
What
that
is
is
this?
without the
Is
proficiency.
it
if
though?
I'm correct.
Or did it go all the way through?
His stuff's
No,
different
just
as well as
see
I'm
what
assuming
was.
magical
So it's-
hits.
I mean,
Five
if you pull it
fire.
off somehow.
Wait.
Kick it off through the hole.
Yep. Because you shoot at the
I
answer.
was like, is it
No,
fancy?
Yeah, no,
it's
sorry.
four.
No.
So 5,
It's not imaginary, it's random junk.
10 force damage.
Cool.
So,
So you
technically
fire
you're
the
forced to
shot,
attack this.
and you can see it impact the dragon, and you notice it kind of go like this as it moves sideways as you've made contact with it. Drew.
Good shade.
So you've cast Detect Magic. You are currently about. Yeah, you're just at the edge of the range of it now.
Yep, because we've gone down.
You see over the entire dragon 4 illusionary spells in effect.
Oh.
Interesting.
I wondered.
So
why
that-
was
You can tell that they're both wings are separate spells. The head is a separate spell. The body is a separate spell.
I assume the body includes the tail as such.
Yeah.
So you see the spells of illusion. So say, would she see the veins of the world too? No, she won't.
It's too high up.
Well, I'm the only one who's seen them, I think.
And with that, I scamper back up.
Seem what?
The veins of the city.
I assume it's probably gonna take me like
It'll take you
Like
around
magic
to run
powers
back up again.
emanates
Yep.
that
Sweet.
powers all
Cool.
the shit that's in the city.
Yep.
And it's just veins of it underneath the ground. If you own the city and cast a tick mat.
Johnny, give me a perception.
These feel pretty. And
Nope.
you can also get free money
Okay,
by walking
six.
into the.
You see the
into
dragon's
building,
head kind of
dumping
turn a
free
bit,
spell slots.
and then you see a fireball go flying up.
I can't
You
because
guys
I
on the
don't have
deck of the
spell
ship, you see a fireball fly up right near the deck and just sort of explode nearby, and the ship rocks slightly in the air. It missed.
Hey Johnny, what did you do?
He was just seeing if you could see the dragon shooting.
I'm missing
He didn't. He didn't see the dragon shooting.
Did I see
Johnny,
the dragon create the
fire.
fireball?
Johnny, what did you do?
No, because it's
Not
below
this
deck.
time.
I called
Who-
fire.
No, because I'm not below deck.
No, it's below the deck. So you can lean
Because
over
I was
the edge
leaning
and
over. That's what I mean. Did the
Roll me
fireball
a-
just come out of nowhere or?
roll me a perception.
No, I didn't see it. I had my eyes closed.
What about me? Because I was technically pushing it over. For
Yeah, roll perception.
I got a nat one.
Perception, right?
Yep.
15.
Yep, you saw its
Find out
head
if I've done
sort of spin back
Or
and
someone had.
fireball flew
I
up
don't think
and then it
artists
spin back
do.
down.
If they do,
You
Did it
you
seem natural?
roll me a history.
Results
How
of
much do you
fighting.
know about dragons?
Not very
Which
much,
am I?
it seems. 5.
It seemed natural for a dragon to shoot a fireball like that.
Just shoots it out of its ass. Oh yeah, that's natural.
Artie's no.
I know.
So how many rounds is that? That's
Or anyone else on the ship. This one is not.
Actually, feeling
Johnny. It's your turn.
magic casters.
So the bear's not coming with me.
It's watching you guys climb up the wall.
He's
It's sitting at the bottom of the wall. Are you wanting it to
He's
come up to
used
the top of the wall?
everything
I need it.
He's-
Okay, I might as well start
I
flying.
get what you meant by
Are you yelling at the bear? Hey, I need you now.
Yeah, I need you now to help me fly.
Falcor gets up and just goes,
Never mind. just
and
go
his majestic fur starts becoming kind of translucent, and it just flies up to the top of the wall and then lands next to you.
And then we do the fusion dance.
And it looks at you, and it just goes,
I now get why he's called Alpha.
and it just looks at you, and it's like,
Sean.
Come on, let's do this.
it walks over into you and just sort of leans its head into you.
Laziest.
It needs an action to be able to do it.
And it just uses
Fitz, it's your
action
turn.
to fly.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It needs an action to do that move.
Have there any more cannons?
2. There are 2 cannons left.
Let's leave Gimbal something to use, right?
Okay, so if you see
You're gonna say something.
next to the drawing that I
I
had, there
tell,
was an
I tell Gimbal
additional,
to get into the cannon.
there was an additional drawing where
I've
it
got
showed
stuff
that
to
you
eat
weld it
here.
shut.
You yell at Gimbal, get in the cannon.
Do
Why?
you though?
I really want to just roll for it, but I shouldn't.
I mean, it might be a safe way for you guys to get down. If you need to land on them.
Are
Just
you
jump
yelling
in
at
the cannon.
Gimbal, hey, get in the cannon?
I really want to.
Then
But
roll me a
Johnny
persuasion.
gave me this as a command.
Roll me a persuasion.
no, I can't. No,
It's
I can't.
not a very high DC because Gimbal seems to be very believing of the crew.
You've
Yeah.
already gone with it. You might as well.
You're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him.
Just don't set it on fire.
Embrace your Johnny. Embrace your Johnny.
He's slowly going mad.
Come on, Fitz, embrace the camera.
So what am I rolling for this?
Persuasion.
13?
Gimbal looks at you. There's a bit of horror in his face. And then he looks at the cannon. And then looks at you. And there is this moment of, I trust you in his eyes. And he walks over to the cannon and climbs and starts trying to climb into the cannon. But he's also too big for the cannon, so he can't quite fit in. So he's just trying to stick himself in the cannon.
Before he tries to stick himself in, I'll give him the parachute.
You give him the parachute.
Yeah, I'll put it on his back.
You attach this parachute to his back, and he sort of looks at him.
I'll give him
What's
the thumbs
this?
up.
What's this?
Just pull right here.
This is just that.
Not now.
When you fall.
Should you fall?
No, when you're in danger.
I'm in danger at the moment. Okay, so wait, is this that thing you had before?
Yeah.
But that has a hole in it.
No, I fixed it.
Oh, okay. So I can pull this and I'll be safe.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can do this thing. He hops in the front of the cannon and waits.
I light it. Wait, did you even aim it, or was it just shooting?
It's just shooting.
I did kill one person.
Not with the thing,
When
though.
did the hero landing? Oh no, that's right. I used my fist.
Yeah, again, you didn't
Yeah.
kill someone with the weapon. It was you.
I pushed the cannon off the edge.
I'm smushing something.
Roll me in athletics.
And it points upwards and fires some directly at the fish. He goes through the same hole.
Roll me in athletics.
And then he pulls the parachute.
Come on.
Roll me in
Let's find
athletics.
out
Well,
what you
well, he
do.
takes a moment.
He's dying. No, I'm not going to push the
Roll.
I'd really love to, but... Do it.
Have you lit it?
Do it. No.
Oh, okay.
Well, yes, I am white.
Okay. As he's lighting it, Drew's coming up.
What the hell are you doing? Stop that!
I'm saving him!
Stop that!
It's already on fire.
I need to go. I need to do this for my crew. That's what it says.
He's being a hero!
Gimbal looks back at you with the biggest smile of like trust as he's sitting the edge
Yeah,
of
he's
his
like
cannon,
saluting as
waiting to be shot.
Guys, there's illusions all over that thing.
we let her do anything free?
You can do a free action. What do you want to do?
Can I mage hand him out?
£5.
You can't lift
No,
him,
£5?
but you mage hand.
Oh, can I mage hand the...
You can put the wick out with
put the
mage
wick
hand. Yes. That is your reaction.
Guys, it's covered in
Cool
a
idea, but let's just hold fire on that, alright?
I don't
Good
have to try
lord.
And calculate the damage of forcing hitting thing. Awesome.
We could have taken a shot.
In
Anyone
the
have
name of
any dispels?
Alphine,
That's not the
what is going on?
Why he's not the captain?
Gimbal is not the captain. Gimbal is a gunnery officer. You just took the guy that you've stolen his job and shot. I'm replacing you. Bang! My shot.
Man, the corporate ladder is brutal.
Especially in medieval times. Oh god.
Okay. Yeah, there we go.
Calculating distance.
I'm just calculating things that I need to calculate.
How many bones can hurt a dragon?
How many gimbals hurt? Yes. Drew, it's your turn. What do you? So
yeah,
you've just yelled.
I'm does anyone have a dispel?
I have a gun.
That dispels my enemies.
Would your wild magic have this?
I have no spells. None.
Unless he has the
Oh,
anti-magic field, no. And if he has the anti-magic field, he'll fuck this city up.
Oh, the chatterbook that
If it's just
do
illusions,
have a
can't we
Quentin
just jump
chatterbook.
down?
I would like to pull that chatterbook out and message,
But then
Quentin?
you get the floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
basically.
Well, I mean,
There's-
What
connected
are you
to
saying?
a rope.
What are you saying to Quentin?
Hold on.
There's illusionary magic all over this dragon, end quotes.
Hold on. We're 30... If I go to the bottom of the ship,
And-
I'm 30 feet above the thing, right? I can just Misty Step down there.
Onto what?
Onto the dragon.
What you
Onto
think?
what?
He doesn't know it's
Whatever
an
the
illusion.
dragon until I get there.
Do you know what minor illusion does?
Doesn't it
yeah,
just cover
basically give
your
all-
visual...
It makes an
the wings
imaginary
are
thing.
Oh, so it's completely
But
imaginary.
separate.
It's a
the
cloud.
body's
The thing
separate.
there is not actually.
Oh,
there.
Is there anyone with
So
some sort
there
of
is some form
dispel.
of like floaty thing
Okay, so
underneath. We're
dragon
just gonna,
is
as you misty step there, you'll then fall and impact on whatever's actually there. So yes, you probably could, but do you have to go to a surface or is it too?
That's true,
it's
yeah.
a space. It doesn't have to be a surface. He could just appear above it and keep falling.
So
you
he
can
can,
miss
he
it.
can suicide himself.
He could.
Okay.
He also could do the opposite and jump out. And if he gets to 30 feet and goes, nah, this is not actually a thing, he could teleport himself back again.
Or
Like,
as he's 30 feet away, teleport to the ground.
No, it's still hundreds of meters up.
he
No,
would
when,
take.
when he's 30 feet away from the ground instead of.
He would still.
Impact.
Momentum would still take place, but he wouldn't. I wouldn't give him. I'd give him like half damage if he did something like that.
So you might be able to if you're going to do that, just make sure you make sure you get a slow fall just in case. There is slow fall all over the place.
Okay, you will spend an entire
What
round
is
running
what
that.
is
I was working out.
Is
how
it a
long-
thing
how
in
many
your
words per
universe?
second it would
That's
take to
called
write that.
feather
Your entire action is this
Oh,
dragon
minutes.
is covered in illusion. Someone.
I know it's
needs
an
to
actual
cast a
spell, but like, you said it's all over the place.
He's got
Yep.
it. He's got it. I've got it.
Cool.
Oh,
Yes.
that's what you mean. I thought you mean like, in this universe is like a featherfall potion or something.
You just jump and don't
What happens if
fall.
I shot it with force? What would it look like?
Johnny,
Because then the
you have this bear
thing in
leaned
there would
against
get,
you.
like, moved.
You suddenly feel lighter
You would
as
just-
it fuses into you, and a few of the guards look at you and go, "What the heck is going on?"
Don't worry
It would
about
look
it.
You
like
can
it
now
just
fly
went
60 feet.
Because again,
Cool.
your
Your
force
AC is up by 2.
You're
Any
still firing a bullet,
wind-based
it just
skills
adds
you
on
have
to it.
is bonus.
Oh,
thing
you
inside
had
it,
your
yeah.
bag.
Yeah, well, he's still got my bear again.
You have to hit the casters to fuck.
Look, he keeps using my bear. That's
Well,
an
it looks
intimate
like-
process.
It'll just look
I
like
just
a bullet
persuaded
from-
that bear like that.
Just like if you shot it.
He's
just
bored
no
of me.
blood.
But the caster inside was got.
We start flying onto the dragon.
The cast
Full round.
Yep.
So bang bang.
four
So that's
illusions
120
on
feet.
it right
Yeah.
now.
The dragon's 300 up,
Yep.
but you're on a wall that's 100 up. So
The
you
size of a
are.
dragon.
20
You've
away.
got to
You
luck out
can
and
get
hit one
to
of the
here.
right spots.
You are
First,
about
I assume
20.
the
Yeah,
illusions
you'd be about 30
are-
feet away from the
Yeah.
dragon,
Cool.
but you're below it as well. So
There's
you're
4 separate pieces.
another 30 feet away from it.
Sweet.
But think about what it's going to be.
yeah,
It's
I'll
more
aim for
like
the
a
ship
ship
Falcor
or
is
something.
technically out of running now. Fitz.
Bark's over already.
Yeah, Bark and the other crew are defending this area.
So what exactly do you
Bark
mean
is
by
not
the
the
illusion?
MVP.
Can you see anything else about it? Or is it just that you see that it's an
There's
illusion?
illusions, like the wings are illusion, the body's illusion.
Do we all hear that it's being called an illusion?
Yes.
He
Drew
ran
was
up
yelling that at the thing.
When I was telling you, stop that, you don't know what you're firing at, yo.
Okay, I'm gonna take the parachute off Gimbal.
Gimbal won't fight you taking the parachute off him.
Are there any explosives? on the ship?
There's gunpowder for the cannons.
You're unconscious, aren't you?
You're throwing
He's
fire
still
void
there,
through time
but-
and space,
He's
alright?
gone.
Would it not be smart to like?
Your concentration is still on.
Still
Oh,
low.
yeah, but gunpowder
Yeah.
doesn't really work
You
like
still
No.
feel like you've
more like
kept
a-
luggage large.
It would make an
wherever it
explosion of
is.
some form.
It's more like a flammable.
Can I
You can actively choose to
Which
stop
you
using
could
the
set
spell.
fire to the deck of
I-
whatever ship is being.
do I know
used
where
into a
I'm
dragon.
keeping them large, or can I just
No,
feel it?
And
You
would
can
at
just feel
least
that the spell's
cause some
selected.
form of disturbance
I'm going to
to
parachute
the
on top
casting
of it.
fire,
I'm going to go
casting
through the
illusions
hole
on it.
that
You
was
can't see
made
that shit
from the
yet.
cannonball. I'm just going to
No,
jump
but you know that
directly
it's not
down.
real. So what is it?
You need more than
Set
30
it.
feet for the parachute to work. It needs to be 50
This,
before
this
the
is
parachute
ideas from
works.
someone who's probably on the deck of
So if
whatever
you jump
ship
from the
this
top of the
is.
ship down, it would activate.
Okay, yeah, I'll do jump from the top of the
Sure.
ship.
Fitz just jumps off the side of the ship.
And that's what Drew says.
What is it
Is
with
that
you
right? It
people
looks
and
like-
jumping off ships?
Yeah, it's
You
your
already
turn.
lost luggage.
I need to
Silly
find them.
kitty.
So you fall 30 feet, and then parachute activates, and you start to fall.
I should have took a rope with me.
Can I see him?
Technically, a parachute.
Roll
has
me a
rope.
perception.
I
You
should be
really
able
need
to
to
see
do
you,
that.
Fitz.
You're
Fuck, I can't see
Bash.
shit. That's
No. Okay,
seven.
you are essentially, as you're slowly falling down, you are about 20 feet from the back of this dragon.
20 feet from the back of it, so I'm
Yeah,
just
you're-
about to go through it.
Yeah, you guys are about here,
Can
and
you
you're,
see
you're,
what
you're
should be luggage?
Am I going to watch him disappear?
if you spend your move, because it's your move
Yeah, I was
now,
gonna say.
and Aaron, it's
Yeah.
your move. What are you doing?
I'm going to watch where he is going to land.
So you both spend an action to just watch.
If I finished writing, yeah.
Cool. You feel you go to get ready to impact the back of this dragon, and then you pass through its skin. And then immediately when you get through the skin, you look down, and there is a crew of about 10 guys running around the bottom of another airship, with 2 guys sitting on either side who have a couple of guys sort of sitting there waiting, who they are all looking at you. They are all looking at you as you slowly parachute down, and luggage is lying on the base of the airship and has had ropes tied him in his enlarged form, tied up.
Gulliver travels.
Basically, luggage is tied up, but he's still in his enlarged form.
You've done the
Is-
medieval
is this-
equivalent of walking into a party, the music stopped and everybody looked at you.
What's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
what's this airship look like? Is it like
Frantic
a
music comes to a
higher
screeching
area
halt.
that I can land on? Which I wouldn't land directly in
Is it the
between all
four
of them?
bards in the corner
This
still
airship-
casting magic?
The airship you guys are on has like a balloon system. This airship doesn't have a balloon system. It appears to basically be a ship without crow's nests and things attached to it. It has wings essentially flying
So it's
out.
just like a flat surface on the O.
Yeah, it's a semi-flat ship. It's basically a boat without these masts and things. And it has two, where the wings of the illusion were, appear to be actual wings that seem to be magically holding it.
Airship without a
So,
balloon.
good news.
Yes.
Aim for the body.
Good,
We don't
because
know
otherwise
that.
it would have impacted the balloon on the way down.
Okay.
So
mind
I
you-
would pop that damn thing.
Those wings would probably be a good option too.
At least it
Fly
didn't
now.
hurt when I landed. Wait,
Yeah, you as you fall, you will be you're about 10 feet from hitting the ground, but
Before I get
Hi guys.
You have a boat-
Entertainment's
you-
arrived.
you have a bonus action, just so you know.
Surprise.
which could be to shoot the cannon on your shoulder. Possibly.
I was hoping to use a spell,
To be
but
fair, it's a
Bonus.
flying cat, so.
Yeah.
You would have
Nah,
to use
I
a
can't.
level 1 bonus action spell.
I might have to just rope trick and just hide in a little hole above him.
And then as you go, as the
Typical
dragon
cat.
drifts away, you're in the middle of the air with 200 feet drop below you, hanging onto a rope.
Yeah, but he has a parachute.
You'd have to repack it.
No, okay, I'll
The safest place to
Wraps
be
his
is with
tail around the
luggage
rope.
in front of you. But
It's not very safe. It doesn't look very safe.
not for luggage, it's not.
You're like,
you,
if I
behind.
don't- Ah,
if I had
shit.
bombs, it'd be very safe.
You have a gun which knocks people back. You're on a ship 200 feet up.
I guess my cannon's just gonna fire at them. The closest one to the edge, I guess.
Is there difference in people?
at a quick glance, they all look like they're just grunts running around. Yep.
Oh, okay, like no mages or anything.
He doesn't have enough time
Enemies.
to check that out.
Oh, mate, save me. It was a free.
Oh, good, I was making sure it wasn't a 1. Last time I heard you roll a 1.
This is dangerous. These two in the same location.
It's dangerous for him.
I just
That's what I mean.
It used to be really good. I was his freaking protector. He wanted to go and get drugs, and I was like, yeah, man, I'll come help you. I'll come with you. Big scary golem. Who cares? I'm a big scary warlord. We'll threaten this dude. It's great. Now I'm getting shot in the back.
Yeah, that's only a little white, a little tickle, like a little
Well,
Well, you
I
don't-
actually got hit by your.
I'm gonna run down
When
You're gonna run
to
down
the
the
bottom area where that hole is.
Yep.
And I'm gonna misty step to
mistakes.
just through the point where he went.
You can't miss. I think you have to see the step.
You can see this?
You have to see. Does he have to see the location he goes to?
Has to be unoccupied.
It just has to be unoccupied.
Can I still see the
That's
parachute?
invisible.
I don't know.
Yeah, you'd still see a bit of the parachute actually.
You
Well,
can
Sure,
go
I
up to
can't
30
do the
feet
dick.
to an
Yeah, there you can
unoccupied
see.
space you can see.
Okay.
Silly.
So you can teleport essentially to the
It's
skin
fine,
of the
'cause
dragon,
it's
which
shatter.
isn't actually.
I'll teleport to the same point that he went through.
Okay, you teleport to the same spot where his parachute is.
Yep.
You take
Um,
no damage 'cause he's normal.
You appear and fall into the parachute, which falls into Fitz.
Uh-oh.
You're coming down.
As a note, you can still cast a level a
Just
cantrip
watching
action
everyone jump
spell.
ship. What the
Cantrip
fuck are
action.
you considering?
So any cantrips that you have
You
that
don't know
are an
what's
action, you can cast because you've used a bonus action spell.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
I
Fuck,
do
I'm
need a
not-
dexterity save from both you and Fitz though.
at this point I probably don't. I think you probably can't see that with the parachute in his face.
Have you seen my rolls?
Non-natural
Yeah, but
20.
your dex is like high.
I thought you were using
12? Oh, wait. Yeah.
Okay, you guys both take 5 bludgeoning damage as you appear on the top of his
Yeah.
parachute and fall into it, and so
Wow.
it completely breaks his feather fall parachute,
Forget.
and you guys
Yeah,
both
fine.
crash onto
Yeah.
the deck.
5 plus proficiency. Do you not have proficiency in Dex?
Ooh.
Oh no, Dex is that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Sorry.
What's my
We've
And
got
sorry,
proficiency in
it's plus
One
combat.
and yeah.
So what happened to me?
You guys both crash in a heap on the deck. Your parachute suddenly hit something, fall in the middle of it, and just push it
5
down.
damage.
Am I
Closest guy to me.
head first
What's the
or
other thing?
head up?
How were you falling?
Well, I was going head. Like, I went to
Well,
jump down.
then you're lying like this.
Cool.
Roll me a concentration.
Prime
So it's
position
con save.
forward.
You're gonna beat 10.
18.
18.
Go. Yep. Luggage is still enlarged.
Closest guy to me. Can I do shocking grasp?
The closest guy to you was Fitz.
Closest enemy. Is there any?
Yeah, no, I know. You've just crashed into Fitz. You used
Are
your
we still in the air or?
No, you've crashed onto the deck.
Okay.
You used your movement to get to the bottom of the deck and cast Misty Step.
Okay, actually, can I cast light to blind people?
It's like the light on a phone. It won't
It
blind
won't
people.
blind them. Okay, I'm trying to.
Do you want to possibly help free the dude?
You can use your bonus action to switch your sword,
And
your
that's
gun to
also
sword
a
mode.
touch action for shocking grasp.
That's why I thought closest person near me.
Right.
You can use your bonus action to switch your sword's mode on if you want.
That was a bonus action I just did for Misty Step though, technically.
You could, I mean,
Yeah.
you could, if it DMs generally accept that you can use your action as a bonus.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Section of it.
So you basically can fight close combat if you need to.
It's meant to be a
Cool.
plus 8.
Drew, what are you doing?
I was checking
one,
something with
I
him.
know, you gave me 2
Two
potions, but I think I used a
You used the bolt. I know that.
I got
You used the bolt.
low.
Yeah.
It's-
Did I drink a health
Yep.
pot before? I did, didn't
I don't think so.
I was gonna say it would have been the last game. When I wasn't here.
Oh,
I should have.
how much health are you on? Because I can help with that.
15?
But which is why I was like, does he still have that health pot I gave him?
I can't take back my.
Oh, if
action.
you gave him a health pot last game, then yes, you would still have one. I didn't use up
It
any
was
of it.
before we started
Yeah.
the whole entire fight.
Yeah,
Just for-
so you would still have it.
Okay.
He doesn't because he drank it immediately.
What is
Dang it.
What's that?
Drew, what are you doing?
He's also not in the fight. So.
D4 plus 3.
He's getting closer.
At least I think it's only a D4.
One more
Drew's
round.
just kind of, oh my god, what? Why are they? What? I'm gonna hold me action until I can actually see see something or get a response or
Okay.
the spell's going off.
Cool.
But I have got my
Luggage.
loadout at the ready. Myself.
Wait,
Roll me
would
a
shatter
d20.
Do damage.
No
to the
modifiers,
ship.
just roll me a d20.
Yeah, probably would.
It would. wouldn't
Organic.
it? Unorganic, it does more
Okay.
damage too.
Oh god.
Johnny, you're flying above you've got 60 feet.
So I'm just below the dragon still.
Was that you
Don't
trying to
go
get out of it?
invisible.
That was
That was me rolling. That's all I've been told.
Johnny, what are you doing?
Can I go
No,
invisible
he-
while I'm
She
flying?
needs to get to level 9 for it to be
Is your skill?
Yeah.
D4
Yep.
plus
Cool.
3.
Hmm.
Sorry.
Alright.
So that's a
We are
reaction
in the
or
same
is it an action?
trick.
Third level spell once per day.
I think so. I think it's but there's a spell that
2
is
times.
illusion, a
Yeah.
reaction, or an action.
So
Well, nonetheless.
It is a
4, 7.
invisibility level 3.
7 hit points.
There's no running for that.
Hold on, I'll look it
No,
up.
I'll just
So
say it's my
go
bonus.
for your next thing. I'll let you know whether you can do something after.
I'll
as
hit
well.
away.
Pretty
see if
much,
I can
yeah.
get
All I
it.
want to do is to try and get on the top of the dragon or the
Sorry.
back of the dragon.
I have some potions I can give you as
Oh,
well.
nice. Just if you force feed them to me, then it's not taking my turns.
Drew grows a pair and joins you guys down there. I can give you actual healing too.
Drew's gonna be like, it still is a dragon. They do
That's an
disappear,
action.
but
So you can
Maybe like
fly
a,
below. Are you going onto its back?
Random
Yeah.
health
Onto its
pot
back
just
where everyone
drops,
else
smacks you in the head.
So they can't
So
see.
when you fly
Smash.
onto its back to land on its
Yeah.
back,
One of those
you
Sorry,
don't land on
drinking
its
on the
back.
floor.
No, I
because
am
you,
like
when
the
you
old
land to go
Alchemist.
onto it, your hands go
You
through it, and you
know
notice
those
it's an
backpacks
illusion.
that has
Cool.
little
And you
straw
can
that
fly
comes
under
up
the
your
illusion.
legs?
And then I
Yeah.
can see what's happening.
You can see this chaos that's below it. The illusion
Filthy.
appears to be
Can I
about
recommend
30 feet above the
Possibly
top
trying
of the
to
ship.
wake the big
Alright.
scary dude.
So can I just?
So
So-
you can see
We're
him
making so
standing
much
up
money too.
and
Oh my
engaging
God.
his sword. Fitz kind of getting up from
Okay, so
like
healing
having
potions.
crashed on the deck as a crew is sort of starting to surround them. You can also see, because where you are, there are 2 guys who are out in the wings who have not reacted at all to them crashing the ship. They appear to be just sitting there, and there
That's
are
something
3
we're
guys in
up
front of them
So
who are just
there's
sitting there
a
regarding
magic
them.
item that we can make.
So they.
These
Oh,
two.
right. So they look like the guys
Armor.
casting it. Right.
One sheath.
Now, with the
Potion pouch.
portable hole, we agreed that I have to open it on a flat
It
surface.
has to be on a flat surface, yes.
Okay, cool.
Here
I
we goodness.
will. Well, I've done my
And
action,
one on
so
this
I'm just gonna
side.
stay in the air.
You could have a bonus action of something if you want to, but you're invisible. So if
Oh.
you do anything or any casting or anything like that, you will break
You
invisibility.
kind of want level
Mm.
9 too, because you get 2d6 plus inch.
No, I'm just
10 hit
gonna
points from any potion you drink.
stay above them for now. Off
You
the
mean
ship,
just in
but keep an eye
general,
on what's
right?
going on.
No, I don't have good shit.
So you're just going to hover above the ship?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, cool.
No.
Fitz.
Oh wait, one question.
At
Yep.
the
Those
moment you
guys,
get,
are they right on the edge of the ship?
The guys on the
It's my
wings?
turn
Yeah.
No, they are. They look like they've been
What's that?
tied to the side of the ship, and they're just sort of concentrating like this.
Tied to the
When you
side.
cast
It's like
As
Like
someone,
some-
someone's holding like their safety
Right.
harness to the side of the ship, and they're just sort of sitting
Take
like
my
this.
head a little bit. That way
Okay.
I'm going up.
So,
What would be
Fireball.
considered a
Fireball
bonus?
would be
Or the
1d10,
action that I could do?
2d10
Could I
plus-
do firebolt?
That would be an action.
Okay, so next turn. Cool. Now I'm good.
how are these guys spread
It
out
has to-
exactly?
Baby.
I'm going to have to do this, aren't I?
Just to keep that information we don't need.
away.
Well, I'm there.
So luggage is in the middle of the
Thank my
airship.
Luggage is
Oh.
ready to receive.
You
His luggage.
Went through my head.
He's ready to be packed.
That is not where my bag of
Oh,
holding
is
is.
that's some prime prone positioning
I'm
there.
going to use these guys. So
How much health do you
It's little goblins from friggin'
Full health.
Why?
Does he have full health?
Yeah.
He has full health.
Goblins from
Why?
Labyrinth.
You're at full health. He's at full health. Don't worry about
I am not fire resistant.
It's not
it.
fire.
Yeah, he's fireproof.
It's worse. I'm sorry.
He switched your thing to force damage, remember?
It's shatter force.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's
Yeah,
also
the
not.
ship-
It's
yeah,
also
also-
not what your gun would do.
No, it's
No, he's
a
talking
spell.
about the spell.
Yeah.
It also
Oh.
does increase damage to non-organic things, like luggage.
That's my only AoE.
I mean, technically I'm part organic, because I have wood in
And
it.
I'm like there but invisible.
So you're
Yeah.
fire resistant.
No, not
You're
right
not.
now, I'm not. I was full damage
it's
resistant.
okay. It looks like it'll be
I have
fine.
different disciplines. Like you guys have different spell schools, I guess you could call them. Each discipline gives me an access to a shitload of abilities that I can cast.
The golden piano.
If I focus on a
I wanted to make him
discipline,
bigger because
I
he's
get
twice
some
the
form
size.
of
But
bonus.
bonus. Currently, I have the air one, which means that I don't take
3,
full
4,
damage.
5, 6,
Yep.
7, 8.
When I focus on fire, I have fire resistance and increased damage to fire.
So
Wait, I
Focus
just
on my
realised
psychic,
something.
I can deal more
Yep.
damage with psychic.
wait, what?
There's a
Each
giant
one-
fake dragon. Talk about a great distraction. What do you think they're actually doing?
We're about to find out.
Scaring us with a dragon.
Because that, if we knock out that,
I know, I'm invisible. I'm surveying.
Whose turn was it?
We
It was
did.
Fitz. So Fitz, let me know what you
These
got.
are just drums. Not drugs. These are just drugs.
They're just drugs, man.
They're just drugs. We're not just
We're
They're all
just
doing
hallucinating. Guys, I'm so faded.
just because they're just drugs doesn't mean they're useless.
Oh, that's right. My guy has been smoking the pipe as well.
That looks like a dragon mouth. Look. Oh, your teeth. Yeah, it looks like dragon teeth to me from this side.
That's the front of the ship. He's like one deck above.
Is it like the captain?
There's a dude that's there, and
He looks important.
Or at least the pilot.
Maybe if we kill him.
Oh, yeah, see someone's
And-
guardian of him. He is clearly important.
that's the back of the ship.
I mean,
So that is the edge of the ship. Edge of the ship.
You said 4 illusions?
Yeah.
Yep.
You've only got
I'm just gonna shake my
3.
mix it up.
The head.
1, 2, 3.
There'll be someone around here somewhere.
No, there's no one else on top deck.
Oh, this is top deck.
This is top deck.
Ah, it's multi-deck.
Yeah, it's a ship.
I'm gonna cast Shatter. Shitter.
Shit.
I like that I now
Right there.
have the.
You pull you back.
Drew used to have.
Wait. Oh.
So how does it work?
Your character used to hold a wrench.
So
was it
3d8, 3d8 thunder damage. Luggage's favourite, but he should be safe from it. It's a 10-foot radius, so I think it should hit all those, that 4 of them.
5, 10.
Radius.
Yeah. So 10 feet in front of you, 10 feet behind you.
You wanted it there, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I wanted to
projected
hit.
out. Yeah.
So
Well, I
5,
mainly
10.
wanted to hit these guys.
So if you want it there, then
Yeah,
it'll be 1, 2, 3, and then this guy as well.
yeah.
So-
But
Yeah.
it says that
Get that little
would it do damage to the ship?
Yep.
Okay.
Nice.
I'm just wondering if it would also
Easy.
disrupt the.
I also don't know how I'm going to get down from the ship.
Good luck!
Why you
Yeah,
can't
this
fly
one-
without the bear?
Yeah.
As an arcane,
I could probably call him to
arcane
me, to be
person,
honest.
You would know to
Probably.
disrupt the illusion.
Oh
you
no!
have to shut.
If the bear leaves me,
If the
do I
ship
become
disappears
visible?
and the caster still
Is it the
hovers,
wind?
You
So,
also
'cause
stop
invisible
flying.
is your
the
skill,
magic
not
of
his.
the illusion.
Oh, good.
But you stop flying.
Wings are illusion.
That's alright, I can let the
There's
bear
4
will
sets
just
of
drop out of me.
illusions. The head, the hook,
Yeah, and then you just hear an
I thought the
invisible
ship actually has physical wings that are magical.
There it is.
Look, basically, once you
Yes.
start
it
dispelling it,
does. Is that what you mean by
the
wings?
people that are
Yes.
scared of the dragon are no
So I
longer
thought if I did
scared of
damage
the
to
dragon
the
because it's not a
actual
dragon.
physical wings.
You could, yes.
Captain
Yeah,
of
I know-
Airship
I
would
see
be
what
like,
you're thinking,
"Fuck it,
but
let's
we
get
don't
it."
want to. We'll destroy the will, the town. We
Right.
want to dispel it to show.
My bonus was used on drinking a potion.
Okay, that's cool. They have to make saves to a shatter, don't they?
Con, I think it is.
It's only 13 damage. I had such high hopes that.
That is not a D20. That is a
You
D12.
are
That
hitting
won't
a
help.
guy that's casting a concentration spell. though.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Shit.
I just thought it was linked to the.
What is your
physical
spell
wings.
save
You don't
DC?
need to kill him.
Con save
You just
3d8.
need to
Spell save?
Smack him.
Oh, are those the actual?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
What?
mages.
Is your spell save DC?
What is your favorite color?
Would that be it? 13.
What is the average flight
Okay.
speed of a swallow?
Yeah.
I've always
He
remembered
fails. Everyone
North
else succeeds.
American
So 13 damage.
African
African.
or European?
That's it.
I don't
So
know.
half of
Oh wait, no.
13, 12, 6, 7 damage.
I'm gonna go on the slot.
I gave him a bit of height there, Sam.
Alright, cool.
And I defeated the enemy from yesterday.
Oh my goodness!
We're using a defeated enemy
That
from
poor little
yesterday.
half a man.
Well, I couldn't use his legs because it wouldn't sit, so I had to use his body.
They prefer halfling.
I used that line today for something in real life.
Something else I was talking about. The old Asian lady that's like the proper proportions but about this tall.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
She was a dwarf and
Aaron,
was a
you're up.
tiny bit.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Cool.
"Oh, a cute little lady. She's a little half person. She's like, cool
Burning
half
hands.
person."
It's radius.
It's a cone. It's 15-foot cone.
So if I fired at these guys, would that hit them?
No.
15
him.
feet away from you in a cone.
I wish I had like
So if you
a
stood
turret instead.
here and went
Flame turret would
cone,
be so much
you
better.
would hit him, and
5, 10, 15.
you would.
Okay, can
He
I
would be on the edge of it.
sorcerer point to double its
To
length
double its length. Yep.
and burning hands?
Okay.
Or just
May
make
will
it
save.
Like hand
Do I have to
burning.
roll to hit?
No, no, it's a
Magic stuff.
save.
Okay.
So you
Oh, that's right.
roll damage.
Fist.
13.
13 damage.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Oh yeah. Sorry, doing that at level 2. So 14.
14
Yeah,
No.
14 damage.
Yeah.
Minus 1 sorcerer. I think it's 1 that does that.
If he's concentrating, he'd be at disadvantage.
Burning damage.
No, that's cool.
No, I wish I had the second one for that.
The sky just bursts into flames and dies.
Oh, nice.
So do these two.
Fuck yeah.
He stands in front of you and is very smouldering and doesn't look too well.
It does a Looney Tunes and blinks at you with black face.
I mean, can we still see a wing?
Yes, Drew can still see a wing.
So
Con-
it did the shattered and. Oh, well, it's that guy.
You did 13 damage with Shatter, didn't you? So that'd be 16.
Is this guy still alive with that 13?
Yeah, he's still alive. Just.
Did it disrupt his concentration?
No. I've made 2 concentration rolls and he's passed both.
Ah. Yes,
Good
there
shit.
we go.
Cool.
I think I'll just use my turret to just go.
Drew, what do you do? And Johnny, you see this happen.
I don't have a plan.
I got no spell slot.
Oh, and
What did I see?
I like cantrips though.
Roll me a perception, just to see if you saw the chaos on top of the back of a ship.
12.
You saw for a moment the wing, when they were both sort of flapping in mid-movement. One of the wings for a brief second kind of froze in place like it lagged, but then caught up with the other one. He was held his
I mean, you know
concentration.
it's an illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something's
I guess
happening down
that's
there.
what I expect.
Was there a sound and maybe like a little quick flash?
There is the sound of fire being cast below deck. You can hear that.
So we've got
Actually,
on our ship.
you would have also heard the shatter spell that went off, because I think any creature in 100-meter radius can hear it. So you hear this
Oh, I
weird.
definitely did.
You
My
hear
ears
this
were like, ouch!
noise that goes off.
I would
Anyone
like
else would
to
think
talk
that
to
it was
the
fighting.
captain that's flying our ship. We've still got
Yeah, of course.
guns.
You've
On
got-
at least one side.
You've got gun one side, gun on the other side.
Okay.
I have one more level
Well,
2
I go to
spell
the captain. I
slot.
tell him it's not
So
a
maybe
dragon.
just.
Wait, him? Yeah, that's what I was
He
thinking.
looks at you and goes, "It looks like a dragon."
Yep, illusions have that effect. It's an airship.
Those I can fight.
Those you can
Um,
No, we are
don't be
maybe
a bad
moving
idea, 'cause
to
we're
the
literally on
right.
top of
he will move the airship to the side, so you're now no longer
Gentlemen,
directly above
Let's
it.
start fucking firing.
You're in range of a firebolt, but you'd just be possibly hitting your team.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold it until I have something clear to shoot at.
Shuffle. I don't know if he's spare and available to, but could he move the other cannon, like give us 2 on one side, or give them 2 on one side?
If Drew says that to the crew, which is Gimbal and Kevin, then
Yeah,
Kimball
right,
and Kevin will
that's
spin
airship
around
as
moving
well,
the
but-
cannon.
Yep.
on the other
Eyes
Boys,
light up like
get
his
it
soul
in there.
is
He has
being
purpose.
We
busted.
taking down an
London, roll me a
airship.
d20.
Oh, there's a dragon! Oh, you
I'm going to be claiming as well, by the way.
I got 10
Whatever's
last
left of
time.
it.
And we're going to
11.
merge it with
11?
the
Cool.
already.
We are going to go on a break as Luggage's eyes wake up from a daydream.
Yay! Welcome back, buddy.
And we will return with chaos.
Hey nerd, do you like Dungeons and Dragons? Of course you do.
Do you like people with New Zealand accents? Of course you do again.
Well, what if we told you there was a podcast that did both of those things in equal measure?
Guess what? Here is. Wake up, bucko. It's called The Fate of Isen.
And it's your new favourite tabletop role-playing podcast.
Except for the one you're obviously already listening to, which is awesome, by the way.
We roll dice, laugh a lot, and tell a surprisingly compelling tale about a plucky group of weirdos.
Hey, who you calling a weirdo?
Who gets swept up in a quest to, quote-unquote, save the world of Isen.
There's action, excitement, and there's a lot of apples. Seriously, there's way too many apples. It got way out of proportion.
Weird as my mother's top lip.
Join us on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever else you get your podcast action.
The Fate of Isen, new episodes every Sunday.
Get with it.
See you there.
In a world that is stemmed from the mind of a madman, a dwarf,
I am entering a maze. A maze underground.
a cat,
Just a fun little question. Do mushrooms bleed?
a lizard,
So we should kill him first?
an elephant,
Sure, I almost care about everyone else.
and a cow?
No, I'm wearing no armor. I'm a barbarian.
Yes, they band together to fight and escape the drow-infested deep down under to bring news of a new threat. This is a tale of the Guardians of the Gigaxy.
Hey there, you beautiful person, you. Do you like podcasts? Well, that's a stupid question because of course you do. Hi, my name is Harley and I'm from the Necropodicon Network. I'm here invading your personal space because I wanted to invite you to come check out our shows. Oh man, we have a whole bunch, just like a big old assorted bag of candy type of deal. We have true crime, comedy, TTRPGs of varying kinds, movie reviews. The list goes on, I just don't have enough spit in my mouth for that. You can find all these shows and more on our website, necropodicon.com. We also have cast and crew profiles for every show on the network. What that means is, you get to see our beautiful faces. For free! The website is constantly being updated, so come on over and have a good time. What are you waiting for? No, seriously, what are you waiting for? You're on your phone, right? Or computer? All you have to do is, I'll let you figure it out by yourself.
Returned from the world of yesterday.
Went back to reality. Now we're back to the good reality.
A fun one. So, before we go back into the intense battle, I'm going to briefly go into what happened to luggage for a minute. So, luggage, as you were falling, you were about to be within grapple range of the dragon, and then suddenly everything went black, and you have flipped through into a memory. You are currently... You've had this memory before of a very vague sort of sitting in your creation desk kind of area, and you've seen the figure that was moving around that was blurry. This time the figure moving around has a bit more of a facial structure that you're able to make out as sort of a humanized person walking around. And you're sitting in this sort of like mode, just sort of sitting there, and you're kind of looking around this room. And
so I assume pink skin.
The human that's walking around in front of you.
It's a human.
It's a human. It's a human that's walking around in front of you.
Assume pink, racist.
Well, it's not green or black of some form.
It could be black.
Goblin.
Gold.
Black.
I need you to roll me a intelligence.
Check or save?
Check.
That would be a 12. 12? And I assume it's like intelligence, not history.
No, it's an intelligence. Cool. So I've made one note of this memory that you will immediately realise when you've come out as well. This person is in what looks like kind of a tinkering work uniform kind of thing, and they walk around the room. And as they're walking around the room, you hear a name uttered from somewhere else in the room. You only get a dip before the name kind of cuts out. It doesn't quite hold true to anything. Then there is an immediate flash from this moment, and you're back in your wall-forged barracks room with all the other units again, and it repeats the same history one you had of you being handed the box, and then you flash, and then you're on the boat holding the box, and then there's the creature that's sitting on your shoulder, and then there's a flash, and then you're in the middle of this fight again, where the first time you activated your psionic blades, and then there's a flash, and the sound of fire and shattering noises going off as you open your eyes and you're on the deck of the ship.
Battle mode engage.
Luggage, you're up.
Rocket fist engage.
I will sacrifice half my movement to stand up. Looking around, noticing that these aren't the people that were on the ship I was on before.
Roll me a history.
I would assume because they're actually
No, roll me a history.
armored. That's a 20 this time, not natural. Wait, no, 20.
Just to freak you out entirely, he's wearing exactly the same robes as the person from your memory. Make your move. Continue.
Well, I was building stuff, so that's okay. I will use my movement to walkity.
I just wanted to. That's what the roll was. Just to the dude in front of you. Yep.
Still focused on.
Yeah.
Now focused on my giant growth discipline that increases my reach to be that if those other two move, I get to hit them.
Okay.
Extends my reach pretty much, and then I will use my action to cast Rolling Fire, which will put a 20 by 20 foot cube on those guys.
Those two up there. Okay.
Of fire.
Is it a dex save or anything, or is it just?
Nope. It's just if they're in it, they take 5 damage. At the
You are in my burn.
At the start or the beginning of their turn?
I'm just about to check for you. Oh yeah, and then there's the talents underneath, which is like your cantrips, by the way. Got those last ones there.
And then here's your infinity powers, and then
Where are we? It is.
Might as well make them
Any creature in the area when you use that
It's already
ability
wearing one.
and
Yeah.
at the end of its turn. So they take 5 now, and then they
Okay.
take 5
This is
damage
famous,
at the end of each of their
League of
turns. They're still in it.
Cool. Okay. So.
We need to deal. If you deal 22 damage to the mages, they will have to take a more difficult concentration check. Otherwise, it's 10, and that's the same for us. It's a DC 10 unless you take 22 or more.
Johnny, your turn.
Alright.
I shoot off the edge, then lose concentration.
You'll probably lose concentration and impact with the ground.
Yeah, if not from
I must still concentrate as I'm falling. I'm
I got this
concentrating.
side door, goddamn.
It's just 1 HP, and he's just like, I will think of the spell. As I
Gets
die."
resurrected as a zombie, but that zombie is still concentrating the last thing, so it's still going.
Zombies actually have a pretty good concentration too.
Alright, so I will
Constitution.
go down next to him.
Okay.
And I will just cut the rope and gust him off the edge.
Cool. Suddenly, Johnny appears on deck.
Hey guys.
Roll me an attack.
I'm startled.
I'm not surprised.
16.
Okay, cool. And then I'll just let the damage cut that. 'cause
These
you-
people!
You actually have
They jump off ships and then appear out of
What was
nowhere.
your spell save DC?
Can I just point out it took him the same amount of time to get to the
16.
ship that it did for the rest of us, and
Huh?
he went on
16.
foot like I was
16?
doing
Yeah.
in the first
Okay.
place.
He
flew
saves,
up.
so you've. It's just a gust
You
you're
can
casting
fly.
at him, eh?
I
Yeah,
can't
but it's
fly
still
without my
increased
beer.
because I'm with the beer still.
Yeah. So you cast it, and he sort of goes, and sort of
She
He
can.
moves forward a bit, but he doesn't
Oh,
fall
I
off.
can't.
He doesn't actually move any feet further.
Can you carry all of us?
Once, no, but
He
yes.
turns back and
that
kind
will
of looks
actually
at you,
help big
Funny you
and
could-
and
Nice.
there's
I'm
this sense of just
I'm
frustration in
savage
his
human.
head as he's
At
trying
my
to
current
concentrate on
size,
what he's
yes.
doing.
And you just,
Right.
it's like a big bottle, and you just sit on top of it.
Cool.
I can't do anything else in that.
As
Damn
my
it.
like standard, no.
cling on
like
to
this
it.
one I can
Arceus
do
in the
without
Golden
any effort
Fleece
because
was
that's. I even have a dented pauldron where he sits.
There's also a guy called Sting.
He thinks it's meant to be that way.
So
Someone
he's
repaired it
pretty much
and came
in
along
this
and
way.
whacked it
Comes
back
out
in
with
because
the-
it's a seat and it's meant to be that way.
He moves 5 feet back out into the wing a bit more, so you get an attack of opportunity onto him.
Pussy.
Oh, cool. Can I just gust again?
No, it's an
No,
attack.
it's an attack.
So
Sweep his legs. Sweep his legs.
And it's good animation.
and I'm assuming it's Dex.
Natural
You should make
20.
something worth it.
Sweep his legs.
Roll damage.
What's your weapon?
It's a spoon or a dagger. He had a dagger with him to cut the rope, so it'd be a dagger.
Spoon his legs.
Rapier. Or a crowbar.
Okay, Jay.
What are you attacking him with him?
If I'm sweeping his legs, crowbar.
Okay.
Like,
Be saying different.
heart-wrenchingly hard to
Okay.
Improvise.
Roll damage.
About.
And
Girl in your
double it
4.
Double it
genetically
'cause it's a
modified
crit.
pig
8.
hippo thing.
plus
Animation.
Dex damage.
Weird.
Plus Dex for a finesse. Oh wait, it wouldn't be a finesse, it'd technically be a strength weapon.
It'd be a strength one, so it'd be plus
That's
strength.
Watch Castlevania.
Yep, so 8 plus
Pop the season
2.
3
Yeah, that's what we need
10.
to watch now. Season 2.
I break his ankle.
You smack at his leg and he goes, ah! Steps back. Drew,
Yeah.
the right wing no longer exists as a dragon wing.
Yay!
I have a target.
Oh, it's a limp dragon.
Onwards.
He realizes he's lost concentration, looks back at you, and goes, no! And then fires.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Dark!
Can I defuse from the bear and put him
Not
on?
yet.
Can I do that as a reaction?
You get 6
Yes.
force.
The bear
damage
climbs
as he
out of his
casts, magic missile at you.
Damn it. Can I
Oh,
put the
it's
bear
Make
in
like
front of
intimidation.
Fuck.
It is at you, not the bear.
Intimidation.
If the bear moved in front of you, it would fly around the bear and still hit you.
So 6 damage?
Oh.
Yep.
I'm on 15.
That's not too bad
Fire
from a
targeting
magic
missiles.
No, it's quite long.
That's why I saw
Dean Gray.
Sorry, that's what I mean.
No, it was rolling 1 and 1 and a 2.
Oh.
It's all like this.
You got grace of the dice.
Believe in the heart of the dice. I've been watching it
This was
This guy takes a step forward into you.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually kill you.
He doesn't leave his attack range. He just moves closer to you and makes a strike at you.
So I don't
Yep.
use up the important ones.
17 to hit.
Uh,
16.
If I put a shield up, no. And I'll put a shield up.
He will make a swipe at you, and you go and just sort of block it.
That's my last level one.
He looks hurt.
Did he move?
Now that was
He moved
Not-
closer.
he moved closer, but not out of your attack range. This dude will
Maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe Netflix will credit it.
turns around and sees the giant luggage and attacks the giant luggage.
Is he not intimidated?
He's kind of freaked out in itself.
You're not intimidated!
You can 21 be afraid and still attack. Yes. Yes. Yes, that will.
4 damage.
Haha!
Tink! Ow!
The first one's
Jack.
pretty much like
This guy moves closer and Fitz. Takes a strike at Fitz.
Good luck.
He will not hit Fitz.
He missed you.
He rolled a 2.
Did you have like a ridiculously
Yeah,
high AC
there.
anyway?
He
Yeah.
will action
ridiculous.
my
I wouldn't
team.
say ridiculous.
Do you want to take an
It's
attack of
only
opportunity
17.
on him?
Mine's 14.
Yeah, well, my dex
13
is
to hit.
20.
That will miss.
I'm a human sorcerer.
Wait.
You squishy.
What are you doing? That's plus just
Oh no,
plus,
15.
plus
Sorry,
the 3.
15.
Let's try that
That's a
again.
little better. I mean, that's only one
19
less than
to
mine.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
And I'm in leathers.
Okay,
4.
well, my manager, the other one, is like 19.
That's 6.
We can go
pretty
up to
good.
21.
I'm gonna say
Five with
bludgeoning.
shield.
I'm gonna say it's a blunt weapon at 1.
I'm out of shields.
I'm not.
Yeah, you can be my
Literally
human shield.
holding a shield in one arm.
I mean, it's
You have no
not
idea what
nice.
these four over here do.
That's right.
This guy turns,
Stabs his friend.
grabs this guy,
Oh.
and pulls him
Kinky.
to the side. He's not strapped to the side of the ship.
If he
damn
was, the
it.
fire probably burnt the rope off.
So they move slightly to the side out of
Should be gusting back,
If he's dragging him, that would be at half movement. He'd only be able to get 15.
They both,
feet.
it's a guided movement. He's concentrating not to break his concentration. He moves them out.
This should still be able to move.
Yeah, I know, but
15
that's what they're doing.
You're doing it your way. Sure does.
They're concentrating to pretend to be a giant dragon.
Or at least the front.
I've given you this bonus. If you don't want me to, he will cast a magic missile at you, probably.
In theory, he'd.
Dad,
If I'm going to do it my way.
Dad, and other Dad,
DM
I
is
stop
power.
fighting.
I'm being nice.
I hate
Fitz.
it when my dads fight.
Are you saying Fitz is in my turn? Or?
Yes, Fitz is in your turn.
Okay,
Also,
so
it's dead and
Tarot's
fine
going to
right now.
turn and it's going to fire at the guy
Just
being
wait till the campaign
guided.
changes and I become.
So the sorcerer, not the
sorcerer.
Okay.
Looks so heartbroken.
Go again.
It's a 10.
Okay, no, that'll miss. Cool.
Use your.
Go again. No.
I think he's out of go against.
What are you shooting
I would
at?
imagine so by this point knowing him.
Yeah, he used his ring up all of last game.
And it
Well,
yelled
you're
at
going to
him.
kill all those, so.
There's a
That's the
dude
last
currently
of that
engaged
whole
with you at the
to-do
There
moment.
is a dude punching you in the face.
Punch in the
him
face.
back.
Oh, shoot these guys.
Punch. I hit that guy. Bang.
Nah, he can still punch you. I'm going to ignore him. I'm going to use my gun to
Clearly
shoot at
it's
him
his
since that works.
So, remember you get 2 attacks with your gun.
It's
Cock.
sort of
No,
cocked.
he doesn't.
He doesn't?
Say 15.
No.
Okay.
It is only
So-
the in the last version. Yes.
I saw
In this
that.
version is only
It
the
was
battle
15.
spell.
It was.
Yeah. Okay.
His
It still
second,
works. It was cocked before.
Alright.
his
And
second
I
attack.
it was pretty much on 15, but I wanted to be honest, you know.
So what was it?
For the camera.
Yeah, for the camera. That's it, watching. So that will be
Awesome. Yeah.
22.
Cool, that'll hit.
And it's on the force mode because someone forced it on there.
Roll damage.
In this situation, shooting at that guy, I wouldn't mind you using electricity.
Yeah, but the force will push him, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Wow. Believe in the heart of the dice.
Believe in the demonic
what's
part
that?
of the dice.
So that's
18 plus whatever.
24, isn't it?
6 of your bonus, then yes.
24.
Force damage.
Oh no, wait, it's 23. It would have been better if it's 24. Plus
And a strength, I assume it is?
No. Which dice is the force?
Doesn't matter, we're all 6s.
Oh, okay.
That's a good point.
He will move
Fair.
6 feet into the back of the front, into the front of the ship and just sort of go bang. You move 1 foot per dice roll.
Does he lose concentration?
Drew, the front of the dragon doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, isn't
It
it?
now looks like half a dragon wings and are flapping in the.
I just turned to.
Wait, so
the
there's no
group.
front?
See,
There's no
gentlemen?
front anymore.
He
Let's
lost
fuck them
concentration.
up.
At this point,
Pop
the
my
main-
collar.
At this
Aaron?
point,
Get ready.
the main parts of it in the way of disruption are done. I'll wait for that.
I'll say the people on the ground would be able to hit it a bit easier now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
But
gonna.
a lot-
Destroy the ship we're flying on, definitely.
Was it 30 feet?
Sorry,
Is
guys.
this 10 feet?
These are 5 foot.
5 foot.
They were 10 for the map, but. So they were 100 for the map, but they're 5 foot.
I move here. I'll take the opportunity attack.
No, take that
Crits and
20?
Yep.
Not a crit.
what's your HP?
It's at 39 right now.
Oh,
4.
okay.
It's at
35.
35 right now. And I'm gonna
Push that shit
gonna
up.
fireball these guys.
Is he using a wooden sword or?
Okay.
I think he's actually using one of those pool noodles.
8 or 10.
What's your spell save?
My spell save? 15.
Oh.
Oh,
You don't need
8s or
that.
6s?
That's a d6. 8 d6s.
Yeah, there's some more.
You can use more dice. You need one.
I was like, I got all of them.
Mine actually rolled decently for me.
14, 16.
Mine rolled about what I
Two of them did.
24.
24.
Even with a save, he's dead.
I don't know which ones I used again.
Hold on.
Right, just grab the same colour as is in front of you.
Yeah, someone think about that.
By the way, I also have.
You don't have to write it for that.
Oh, 24 plus something, or was it
We
spell
have a
attack?
D20 in that colour on it, by the way.
I think you.
It's plus 2 spell attack, right?
I think it came from
I think
the,
it just is.
thingy
Hold on,
note.
I will double check.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, because I don't have D20 for that anymore.
What are you checking on it?
Is it 24 plus spell attack or something?
No. It's just.
It's just straight 24?
Yeah. Straight damage roll.
Okay.
And 20-foot radius, so it's all those guys in there.
Yep.
If you were him.
If you firing.
Yes.
Where are you firing it?
I was right around to here.
Okay, so 5,
This somewhere.
10. So into that on him.
Yeah.
So he's 5, 10, 15, 20. Luggage is technically that.
He's out of range.
Yeah, he's just out of range. If you hit it this way at all, those guys are all dead.
Oh!
And everything that is flammable sets alight that is not being worn.
So half the ship.
So part of the ship has got a fire on it.
Some form of magical parts, like I assume the wings coursing with magic would not set on fire.
How's
Just like
that
magic
guy's,
items can't just be snapped or
concentration?
broken.
Are there still a...
He just drops his concentration.
Fantastic. It is now officially a ship.
Yep, it is
With the
officially
title.
there is now an airship flying. The entire illusion is actually dropped.
Oh, cool.
Quick jot in the book. Ain't no illusions no more.
Told ya.
Thanks for getting back to
So
us
that's
on
your movement
that.
action. Anything else? I don't think you can do anything
No,
about
I
it.
can't do anything else.
Drew. The airship is basically. I'm gonna do this. Where'd the other one go?
Cool. So,
I need this.
You need to check.
That one and that one.
Just to keep track of things.
cool.
That is their airship because you know it was a dragon. Here is your airship. Drew is here.
Oh, fuck you.
You're basically neck and neck like this in terms of the
Your
air.
door size.
I give the command to those around me. Fire, mofos! And I fire. Yes.
Oh, shit, we
What do you
did.
think about this?
So,
No, you're out.
I found Nick Fury.
Yeah, just firebolting.
Look, it's
But
yeah,
what's
Nick
that?
Fury.
What's that? What's that?
Nick Fury is an airship.
okay,
Well,
so that's 2 hits.
One side he's got like a goatee and just eyes and and the other side he's got a patch on the eye.
And still...
Why, he's more got a smirk at that woman. He doesn't even have a fuck. No.
Oh, is that old Nick? Is that original Nick Fury?
I was gonna say face.
Original Nick
No,
Fury
it's
doesn't have a
not.
mouth.
It's not actually a Nick Fury. It's
Oh.
just because I saw the patch in the eye. I went,
Oh.
yeah, it's Nick Fury.
Oh.
But for a mouth, it looks like fishy gills over here. Fish, no mouth.
We actually found some rare yellow version of Nick Fury.
To be fair, did you see when David Hasselhoff played Nick Fury?
David Hasselhoff played Nick
I'm
Fury?
listening.
Yeah,
Go
like
on.
in the 80s.
For a lot of those.
Was he
old
running shirt?
TV
Captain
shows.
America and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really cool. He totally suits it.
Okay,
Yeah.
and what were you doing as your fireball? Sorry?
White Nick Fury.
What
Yeah,
I guess
yeah,
to me
but
looks like the
before
most
the
sort of
alternate
threatening.
universe.
MCU.
They're all pretty threatening. Luggage looks the most threatening, being luggage. There is a wizard on the wing. There is a wizard on the head up there that you can see on your side quite clearly.
Cool, so that's what I can see.
Yep.
I guess it would have been the better question, really. What can I see that I can hit?
You can see most of the crew out there as well, but they're a congealed mess over here. But
Probably
those
better
two
to
you
avoid
can
it.
easily see, and Johnny and this guy over here you can easily see, and luggage you can easily see. The rest kind of look like a mumbled of people. Especially after 2 cannonballs hit the side of the ship.
So I'm technically there.
Yeah. You're technically over here.
Okay, well I'll just go for the closest thing then. So try and wipe them out.
Lightning bolt. Lightning bolt. Lightning
I'm
bolt. Lightning bolt.
tempted to aim for the wing.
It is a magical wing.
It is considered part of the airship. Are you performing damage to the airship or the crew?
Do what So to the crew.
Does anyone look like a captain? The guy that was defending the front dude looked more fancy than the rest.
Clothing down below.
Oh, and I missed.
He's got the cleanest toupee.
I just know I missed.
He's
Find
got
a
the
hit.
frilliest
So,
feather
oh,
on
plus
his cap.
Oh, that's a 9, not a 6.
Oh.
15?
Yeah.
15. That'll hit. Roll the damage. On who?
Is the ship also attacking?
It did, he just said it shot 2 bolts.
Yeah, the ship 5 to 10 things that bang, so the
That's
ship.
a 10
It's a
damage.
ranged spell attack, do I? And spell attack bonus? On the...
What consist that? Is that 9?
That is a 9.
Thank you. 9
Flamethrower does 2d8.
I don't think I
Nah,
add
it's
anything
just
to that.
your damage.
Yeah.
I mean to
Yeah.
hit.
Yeah.
Oh, to hit, make a
Yeah.
ranged spell attack. Yes, you just do that plus.
So what did you do?
14.
14 damage.
Int plus dex. Sorry, int plus proficiency. So it's a ranged spell attack.
Oh, so 5.
Oh,
Is your int only plus 2?
Yeah.
Ah, that's right, you and I
Oh,
have 3.
sorry, wrong one.
It's just a silly kitty.
I can't go above 20 though on my deep scanner unless I use an item.
Cool.
Yes, you can.
I can?
It's an
Yes.
ability.
It's a feat.
Feat.
There's feats and there's items that can do it.
I already got feet.
Luggage. I need a save from you. I need to
EA,
quickly
not EE.
double check what the save is.
EA sport.
What spell are you casting? I assume it's a spell.
Yep.
Ba-da-boo, ba-ba-da-doo, ba-da-doo, boop,
Yeah.
ba-ba-doo. It'll hit me.
I hate Activision these days too.
Let's
They
save
butchered
for
what I
there.
did know as Blizzard.
Yeah, they've
wisdom.
taken over Blizzard.
8. I'm pretty pissed about that.
This guy looks at Johnny, and then looks at luggage and goes, and you recognise the Crown of Madness spell gets fired onto luggage.
That would be bad.
Your action is consistent of attacking the closest creature to you.
Yep. The closest creature to me is the bad guy.
No, you can decide that it's not that creature.
Yeah, he picks the creature that you attack. So he can pick who you want to attack. So he can tell you to go attack Fitz or Aaron or come over, and on your turn and attack Johnny, which might be what his plan
Who's
is.
the one that casted that?
The guy that's over that side.
This,
By Johnny.
this guy looks over at you,
That's got it.
Aaron.
You're getting eyed.
Oh, I'm gonna wink at him. As he has no face.
Oh.
Oh, it's a bit creepy.
That? Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
So I
Like how
must
mannequins
use
are
my
really
action
nerdy.
before moving to attack anything that you choose.
Yeah.
If you choose no creature, it can act normally on its turn if you choose no creature or there are none within reach. So all I need to do is move out of range after I attack. And then on the next turn I can actually pick my own target and move. In theory.
In theories. There it goes.
15 damage as this guy turns to you and fires magic missile at you.
Oh, mate.
You know that shield that would have made you impervious to it?
What do you mean impervious? I thought it's instant damage.
It's impervious. The shield stops it.
Shield
Okay.
makes you
I'm out of level 1 spell slots. Actually, I
Actually,
could replenish it with my
you can
sorcery.
use level 2 spell slots for level
You
1 spells.
used shield
I'm
on
out
the...
of everything.
No, you've gone out of the range for that. Yep.
What's going on?
I'm out of everything.
You just put pure sorcerer?
Yeah.
We pretty much have like full access to all the terms. Oh man.
15, did you say?
Yep.
Miss semantics, that's why.
You should come.
No. No.
You love it.
No.
And Johnny,
All
you
that
take
travel.
6 force damage
Yeah.
from this guy who fires magic missile down here.
I already do have to
awesome.
travel heaps every day.
If you were working at a VP though, that's the one to work at. Like hard out.
Literally.
It's
Drew,
just
does
a bunch of
17 hit
nerds
you?
and geeks. Yes.
This guy turns, looks over the deck, pulls out a bow and just goes...
I glare at him when I take the hit.
As
Ow.
the only targets
Yeah.
I can reach are the bad
I
guys.
fucking.
I have 10 foot range, which puts me to there in a square circle. I just checked for you just to make sure.
Actually, that would be disadvantage because it's max range. No, that'll still hit you. Yep.
Apparently it did no damage though.
No damage.
Apparently.
5.
Just took a really long time.
I was
Just thought about it.
I just realized. I just realized the
Adrenaline
range was
kicked in.
actually his disadvantage range, but I rolled better on the disadvantage. So. Fits.
Was it my turn?
Yeah, it was by him.
Yeah, he skipped me.
You
Son
did.
of a bitch.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you
No, because you had attacked. You had freed the guy. I was going to roll their turn. It hasn't gone round to a full round to you.
God damn it.
There were a lot of guys I had to keep track of.
You were after me.
So the cannon 16 to hit.
Oh no, the
Yep.
second
On
to last
the
person.
mage.
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to fire at him and it's going to knock him. How far does it knock people? Oh, it's 5 foot push. I don't think there's a.
He won't go
save.
anywhere. He will just be pushed back into the banister he's already pushed into. He's at the edge of the banister at the top there, so he just gets banged into it.
What if it hits him in the head?
Nat 20 would have done that. Roll damage.
11 damage.
Cool. Is Fitz doing anything?
Oof. Who's alive?
Fitz is going to prick his hand.
I'm going to shoot at him now.
Fitz on the
Okay.
floating ship.
I'm still not concerned with whoever's going to go from there. Where's my urine?
Don't go give in on that.
Have you taken a step back or two?
No.
You might want to.
Nah, I don't care.
What's your hit points?
The main reason for that being that as soon as
12
they
to
move
hit.
out of range, I can hit them.
12 to hit? I miss.
That'll miss.
Well,
Drew. Oh,
This,
sorry.
this guy's still up, though, right?
really? Right?
Yeah, no, this guy was engaged with you. I
Yeah.
thought he was down, but that's okay. Aaron, you're up.
Okay. Bonus action, I'm going to expand my spell slots and get a level 2 spell back. It's my last sorcery.
Cool.
And I'm going to magic missile this guy at level 2.
Okay.
1, 4, 7 plus 11.
And then plus.
If it's at level 2, isn't it?
Yeah. Plus
Another-
4. 15.
And it's plus 1 for each missile, isn't it?
Yeah, that's why I'm doing plus 4.
Yes, it's plus 4, so it's 15 damage.
Yep.
I'm like, just in general, or
Cool.
Don't you have a turret?
life, or something?
Just
How much health do these guys have?
It's not increasing by +1. You add another d4. So you start
Wait.
with 1d4 to a target. It is
I thought it
3
was d4
glowing
plus
dots, so
1.
it becomes 4d4 for a second slot. 4d4 plus 1.
Plus 1d4.
No, 40.
4d4
Oh, plus
so
1.
each, so 4d4 and then add 1 to it.
Oh, okay.
Is the way
So that's
the
12
second one
then,
was meant to go.
not level.
And it's 3d4 plus 1 for the original. Oh, no,
Okay.
sorry.
Yep.
It is 4d4 plus 4. Because it's 1d4 plus 1 per dart. I have to remember.
So you did it correctly.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought you hadn't rolled enough dice, was my main thought. But
No, I
yeah,
did.
done
Are you doing anything else? You have a
Um,
movement and a bonus action. Not that we could do it.
No, my bonus action was the sorcery points.
Oh, yeah.
So all I got is movement.
There's no need to run away from me, for me. That's
Yeah.
the point. He's already out of my reach.
Yeah, I'm good. How many?
Drew.
I don't know how much health these guys
I
have.
fired at the guy that fired at me,
Humans,
and I probably missed.
generally,
'Cause that
depending
looks
on
like
your
a
level,
plus- Oh,
15 or something.
That's a 7.
if they're level 5, they're
13?
relatively
You're plus
around
6, aren't you?
15-ish.
Yes.
Generally 10
So what's the number?
13?
For
Yeah,
standard
13.
fighters.
Well, yours is
Roughly.
plus
Plus 6.
But remember, the two of you did,
Nope.
after your 2
Thir-
spells
13
that you
miss.
did in the first round, you killed those 3.
I killed the grunts, but not the mages. That's the ones I'm thinking about. The mages.
Or maybe an 8.
Because he survived a
anything else?
fireball and a level 2.
Do you want me to change targets?
No, he's good. He's fine.
I could just pick him up and throw him off the edge.
That's true.
I don't think there's anything
He
I
won't
can
be
do.
able to beat my strength saves.
They are the most threatening.
No, yeah, I can't do anything else.
Okay.
You think
Oh,
not?
for
Did
you,
I actually
okay,
add
maybe.
that?
I'm a wee sorcerer.
Oh, no, so
Yeah. I have
Yep,
50
I'm
of
good.
health.
Luggage.
Thanks to you, 51.
Got 20.
So you have to attack a thing that I deem
Yes,
based in range.
I have to use my first thing I have to do is use my action to attack anything within range that you choose.
Now, is that specified as an attack, or is that as in cast a spell?
Attack. It says attack. I can bring it up for you if you like.
Well, you have the commandedness of attacking Johnny. It's whether you have to do something about hitting them all up.
You have to pick something within range. If you don't pick something within range, I get my turn as free.
Okay, then you get your turn as free then.
Alright. I get this slight inkling in my head to beat the crap out of Johnny.
Nothing
That's
new.
not unusual, to be fair.
Johnny, what did you do?
Not
I'd
this
say
time.
as I
mean,
turn
it's
around and
tempted.
slice at the dude. I will just swing at my man. I need my 20.
Which one's going to swing over?
21.
That one.
That one.
That can't be on fire though, because that
seven.
is on fire.
That one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, is he on
No,
fire?
he's not on fire. 7.
Standing.
Plus 3 plus.
Just chilling. A little bit of
I'm mathing myself at the moment. Cool.
And if that
Johnny.
If this dude moves, by the way, he will become out of my range. He's going to take the action.
Is it an action to defuse from the bear, or does it just do it?
It becomes
Redoing
technically
the
part of
challenge.
Falco's thing. If you request it out of it,
Right,
I'd consider it a bonus action.
Cool. No.
Eat.
I'll push him out.
You want to fuse him out?
Yeah.
Give me a con save.
Crazy amount of money for a dress-up game.
Uh-oh.
7 plus.
What was the save? I can't remember.
Constitution is plus 3.
10.
Don't have a proficiency for this.
It's a multiple action.
Well, the rest of
Exactly.
these
You can't dress
Archon
your
doesn't
character
have
like
anything.
that.
That's right.
Although you can get pretty
It's
damn close with
amazing.
some of the
You diffuse from Falcor. You now have a point of exhaustion.
God damn it. And then I will just. Shocking grasp.
I would have warned you not to do that!
Fuck off!
Which is a touch spell.
So I'll get into range of him.
Where's Falcor?
Okay.
So all your checks and saves are at disadvantage.
Cool. Shocking grasp.
Cool. Roll attack.
That's not it.
Jesus. So I have to roll this twice at disadvantage.
No,
It's
that's
not
checks.
It's just
Yeah,
checks.
sorry.
So it's just
Attacks.
what's a hit? No.
God.
You go at this guy and he just kind of goes.
Sneaky one.
Does it just move?
Can't just give myself inspiration. Do better, mate.
To hit? No, you don't have that skill.
God damn.
That is something you can do as one of the bardic skills, but I don't think you can add that to an attack yet.
Oh, does it become the 8?
6 plus 8, it's a 14.
Oh, my bad.
That will still miss.
He's teaching him how to
It's a
he
different
has
level.
advantage on the roll if it is wearing armor made of metal. It's like mage.
He is not wearing armor made of metal.
It's a beautiful cloak.
Just keep it in mind, it is
It's a
magic.
very familiar looking cloak.
Bastard. The fury of Mark bows me.
You got play.
I've done nothing. I picked up some swords, I flew up here.
Oh,
I accomplished
shit.
nothing.
That's right, you still have swords.
I need to remember, I'm bigger, I add a d4 to my damage.
Roll a d4 damage.
Yeah, okay. It's an extra 3. Sorry.
Okay.
He doesn't die.
He exploded.
He just
one
looks
bit.
slightly more injured out of nowhere.
Just all of a sudden, this little bit of a bruise appears.
Cool. I need to double check what these guys can do.
Don't you have some spoons to throw?
Sharpened with his teeth.
This guy goes over the rail. So it's 10, 15, 20, 25.
You're a magician, why are you coming closer?
30 stands there. I need a dex save from you.
Ooh-wee.
He's like, let me show you a trick, and he takes out a knife.
Not natural 20. Not a natural 20?
Yeah.
Cool. You witness the same Burning Hands setup spell that you've seen before as he casts it at you, knowing, okay, cool, I can dodge this and take.
Just doing the whole Matrix laying backwards as this wave of fire just comes over top of you.
7 fire damage.
It's just perfectly removes
just
your
the heat
eyebrows.
from it.
Couple of whiskers singed on your cheek.
Fitz, does a 14 hit you?
Nah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm on 13.
Luggage, I'm a
I got something health
12
potions on
one
me.
I'm on
hits you.
10.
Nope.
This guy is going to.
I said I have health potions on me, so I'm good.
It's right in front of
It's
me,
still
so
bonus
it
action
actually-
to do so.
You don't even
There's a lot of
exist.
turns in between now
Who are
and
you? Why
That's
do you
true.
matter? You don't.
I'll probably do that
Luggage,
next
this
turn.
dude walks up to you and goes into your chest. You take 10 damage. It was a crit.
Right, say,
Yeah.
sure? Okay. 10, cool. I can take it. I can take it.
This guy looking over at the
I really can't.
airship over there.
41 at the moment. I can take another 4 of those and still stand.
I could take 1 or 2 of those, and I will slowly crumble.
You can take 1 of those and still stand. That's why I said and still stand.
Okay, yeah, and still stand.
If I take 1 more damage more than those 4, I will fall down. But pretty much every single one of us has some form of healing. So. Drew and myself.
How many potions did you say I had, Sam? Was it 3? Were they lesser or
They were minor.
minor?
I think,
Lesser,
I
minor.
think you had 1 superior.
2 different ways of saying that.
Cool. Drew, you witness this guy turn over
Great.
and just go
Oh, that's
as a fireball comes flying over and hits the airship you're on. It doesn't damage you, but the airship takes damage.
How dare they?
Two minor ones.
And the dude who shot at you with an arrow shoots again, and it goes flying and hits the airship. It doesn't hit you. It doesn't damage the airship. It looks like it was aiming at you. And
Rude gesture.
the guy in front of Johnny,
Oh no.
who's standing there,
Oh no.
looks at you and chuckles, and then vanishes.
Oh. Bloody Misty Step. Or should I say Brock Step?
I'm surprised it didn't hit me. I look pretty worn down.
It's a bit of a stretch.
It was. Falcor goes up. Falcor goes around.
I wonder if he disappointed.
Runs at that guy.
I said I got it like
No.
that.
I actively ignored it. Falcor runs over and slices at this dude, and then stands in front of him. And Luggage and Fitz and Johnny all notice as Falcor's majestic-looking fur becomes a bit more ethereal.
Oh, he's gone see-through.
Ah,
He's got a force.
nothing new for me.
You're like,
That's nothing
"Ah,
new for
yeah,
you.
cool."
You know what he's doing.
He's just gonna grab the guy and throw him off the side.
Fitz, you're up.
Good old Falcor.
I'm still just gonna ignore this guy in front of me.
This dude has just been swinging at you.
He's like dodging.
I imagine he's like
Turret's
real
gonna go for
depressed
it.
too.
15 to hit.
Exactly like that. He's like.
Is this guy just getting annoyed because he's constantly just getting hit into
He's
the
getting
rails?
pushed and then he's firing, balling at the airship. He's doing it you on the opposite end of things.
But he's actually get. That's depressing.
What do you do?
3 damage.
Oh, seriously, dude?
Wham, wham.
You're pulling a me.
Strength? Yes. Strength or they're knocked back?
It doesn't matter. He's
No.
pushed into the wall and just sitting there.
No,
Oh,
if, he's not,
wee.
if that doesn't kill him, then I'm gonna shoot him. And I don't. 12 to hit.
Your guy's
misses.
like,
You're up.
fed up with this whole thing. He's like, why don't
You're-
anyone die?
Sometimes he just owns everything and the rest of it he just misses.
Aaron,
I know that feeling.
Yeah, I'm gonna run and slice at this guy because I'm sick of these bloody mages.
Cool.
I miss.
what did you roll?
A 3.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
3 plus 6.
Drew, what do
9.
you got?
9 would miss.
You need zip zap.
Zip zap.
Remember the weapons I gave you? In the thing?
Oh.
Ones that constantly change?
Alright.
Yeah.
So
I've got zip.
what's standing
Ooh.
that's in a nice view?
I
I think
think
still
it's
those
like
guys
a-
pretty much, isn't it?
I think it's
Gave them
that.
to me as well.
What?
They're pretty much my best view.
Yeah.
They're damn good looking.
I gave them to you. I thought I gave them to I only gave them to one of you. I
It
thought
was
I gave them
Fitz.
to him.
No, it
You
was
can give me
Fitz.
zip zap.
Blast
You
this
gave them to
motherfucker.
Oh,
No, wait.
Sorry. Whoops. Sorry.
That motherfucker.
So I was
It's been a
confused for a
while,
second.
It was a long night.
Yes.
I made shit up as I went.
That was very long.
What was that?
I rolled a 13. Plus 6.
Cool. That'll hit.
No. 19.
Yep.
Calm.
7.
Oh, I thought it was a 1.
16.
How do you kill him?
Get him right in the face.
Okay.
My firebolt.
This guy kind of looks over and sees you and has this
And then I wink at his
momental
friend.
glimpse and goes,
Look into your eyes as you're like,
huh? As this firebolt just goes, hits him in the face and he collapses.
Oh,
yeah.
so
And
was
then
it?
I wink at his friend.
And his mate looks at him and then looks at you.
That's right, buddy.
Luggage.
I got heavy metal.
I
You sure you want to do that?
Oh fuck, I was supposed to drink a health potion.
I will let you do that as a bonus action if you had one on you.
I have 2
You can
minor
drink,
ones, but...
You can drink one if you want. Because you had a bonus action still.
I didn't
I
realize
am
Where's the
wondering
you guys.
whether this ship is being
What's
held
your health?
aloft
Oh, you
by
got
these
heaps of
men.
I got 13 health.
Because as soon as
How
they
did
all
you get
die,
that
Everything.
Oh fuck.
as I'm wondering this, I will. I don't. Damn it! You don't need to do what I was going to do there. I'm fine. I will instead
It's minor D4 or D6?
4. 2d4.
use my. No, screw it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it some more. Wail on the same dude right in front
Is
of
it
me.
plus anything on top?
It's like a
No,
12.
I think it's just that. It's only a minor
Just a
potion.
12.
So,
That misses.
figured with a
We used
3
to
roll,
get
it's
it.
going to be a miss.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
you
myth. Johnny.
Okay,
Johnny,
D-Rex.
your guys disappeared. It's right. There's more over here. And your shocking grasp gives you an advantage to hit.
Alright, I'll do that.
Did you?
A lot of dead bodies
Is it
around
to
here.
come here or to go somewhere else?
15.
Somewhere else.
Couldn't you open one of your holes underneath one of them and just
25.
close it?
Yep, you can get
it
range
takes
with that
an
one
action
guy.
to fold the thing out.
I'll grab that
20
guy
foot
and chop and
away.
grasp.
So, roll to
So
attack.
he'd take his turn to.
Actually,
pull
can I
it
do
out.
it as an intimidate and grab his
This
sword?
But still be
And then
counting
I can
against him.
Damn.
jump
Roll,
into
roll to
it.
attack.
Can you just do it?
Alright,
Yep.
Grab
They
grab
can
his
still,
crotch.
even if we've been folded,
So it's d20 plus.
they can still try and break up.
Okay.
But yes, it is an idea. It was something that is used.
plus the 8, I believe.
Or at least it
Spell
was a
attack,
plan.
yeah, 8.
Go on.
So 21.
Yep, that'll hit.
Cool.
So it's 2d8.
This
Those
hole was like
at
a
advantage.
giant bag of holding, I'm guessing.
It's already hit.
Where is the bigger?
20. Natural.
Sword?
It's not a crit with magic. It's not that kind of spells.
20 feet.
12.
Cool. How do you kill him?
Could you fit a house in there?
His bladder explodes.
You stand there and you go, I'm going to intimidate this guy. He turns and you grab his sword and you're like, haha, and the shocking grasps go through and you notice this look in his face like something internally just
Yeah,
exploded.
and you just go.
And he just goes, as the spark comes out of his mouth and he goes,
He smells like piss.
pulls out luggage for a brief second, thinks he has an attack of opportunity, but it's in fact a corpse
It's a
falling to
puddle
the
of
ground.
urine and blood.
Something moved!
Oh no!
As my sword almost hits you in the face because the dead body just moved. Huh? As the thing falls out. I take everything within range.
Johnny's now in range.
Don't have to crown a madness on you anymore.
Oh, is it gone? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
5, 10,
Sure. Didn't even think about that.
Howard!
That would have been a really good idea, by the way.
Mm.
If it had worked with actions, full stop.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh no!
Well, I got
I've
this.
ceased to exist.
I got it. I got it. You want to give me a...
This guy stands over there.
Move it this way a bit.
Yeah.
Sam, stop ducking down. Move it that way a little bit.
Keep going. Keep going. That's
And
about
yep,
it.
that's good. Well done.
It's just like it doesn't
Luggage.
Yes.
Wisdom save.
Okay.
Why should you need a needle vector?
20, not natural, but 20.
Cool, you save. You feel the Crown of Madness spell.
Trying to be put back on top.
Yep.
As you are now within range.
Oh no! I see the crown go on and I'm like, fuck!
It tries to be done?
It tries to be done. It was also me to check to see if you withstood and killed, because this guy still had concentration on your thing.
Okay.
Because he hasn't taken any damage to a
Oh,
drop.
well then it doesn't come off. It's just there for the rounds, unless he's lost concentration.
Well, he hadn't lost concentration.
It stays if I'm right.
Yeah.
We'll check.
Oh shit.
What's your health there?
10!
If I hit him, he's pretty much dead.
I just look at you with big bug eyes. No! Let me appeal to your emotion. He just turned robot
Concentration
face.
up.
Still angry, because they've still
You
carved
must
in his
use
eyebrows.
your action to maintain control over the target, or the spell ends. So
Okay,
he
the
used
spell
Mr.
has
Steps,
ended.
yeah.
Okay,
I
yeah.
was gonna say, because he used that other spell.
Yeah. Never mind, we're safe.
Thank Christ.
Well, you're safe.
Yeah, I don't care about you.
So did you
We're in a
recast
moment.
it?
Trust me.
Amen.
Cool. Amen to that.
Whatever.
It's me, I'm engineer.
Yes. You
Okay,
are.
luggage. Now I need you to make a constitution,
Con save.
a con save at disadvantage. And Fitz, I need you to. Not Fitz. Sorry, Johnny. I need you to make the same save,
Oh no.
but not at disadvantage.
18 and a 20.
16.
And it's
What
Do you even
is
need
it?
to say what's added onto it?
possibly 21 is the lowest.
You will save.
What is it?
It's a
Con.
con save.
Again, it's just the plus 3.
19.
That one's dead, right?
That one? 19. Okay. You guys will both save, and we'll take half. 16.
You roll.
I heard the word 20.
13 force damage. Sorry, thunder damage, sorry. As this guy stands over here and casts Shatter there.
Oh no.
You got hit
As
by
you
shit.
fall down to the ground.
Am I gonna reincarnate real quick? Because I
No.
want 10. Go.
You now have to do 3 failed death saving throws.
I knew this was gonna happen to me.
13 did you say?
Yep.
So
13
that's
thunder damage.
8. Cool. Sweet.
Do you still have healing hands? Or?
Don't
No,
worry
I
about,
used it on
don't worry
him.
about him. I've got him.
Well,
Can you heal
I'll
him?
turn on electric mode.
Oh shit!
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
I can heal him twice, 2 different ways.
and this guy dies.
Oh, what?
I can heal him like he can heal him. I
He
can
failed
heal
his
him.
save and he dies
I can't
because
use
the,
my
the
left
shatter
hand
was
on
there
him either.
and 10 foot around still hit him, so he killed his own mate.
Because I used that new last game.
That's right. I've been freed of the threat in front of me. I've been freed of the object in front of me.
Everyone around you is
He's
down.
dead.
So yes.
He's doing things still.
My mental
He
panels, what?
runs over here, and then he bends down, and he's doing something over there.
Bends down.
He runs to the side, and then he bends down,
Self-destruct
and starts doing
sequence
something.
activated.
And Falcor's turn.
He gets in the crash position.
There's actually a second person there that he's bending down to.
Yeah. Are you safe there, Jeremy?
Well,
He wasn't.
That's not what I was implying.
Psionic, is it? Psionic restoration.
No, Falcor merges into the same area as this guy, who starts freaking out.
Fair enough.
Oh, is he doing like teleporting in safe space thing?
Fitz, you're up.
Is he gonna make him explode?
No,
Okay,
but he needs
so-
to make a con save though.
I'm going to ignore this guy again. Do I just ignore him and move now?
What is happening up there? He is not here. He's gone.
But now I'm there. No, okay. Yeah, actually, I will move up here.
Cool. You're taking an attack of opportunity from the dude
Yeah.
who will roll a 20 to hit.
He rolled a 20.
17 on the dice.
Oh, cutting
Okay.
words.
You
what's
can't.
your-
You're unconscious.
Wait.
God damn
Oh,
it!
armor class is 17.
You just
17. Well, it doesn't matter. It's
Yeah.
plus 3 to hit, so it's 20.
you hear from my corpse. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
How much damage does he do?
You just see this as a cough of blood comes out.
I don't eat spinach.
internal bleeding.
You said 3.
4. Sorry.
Oh, a whole 4 damage.
Hope so.
Would you like some more?
Yeah,
No,
no, it's
it's
only
I
plus
can
1,
give
so
you more.
yeah, it's 4.
I can give you
Sweet.
2 more.
I wanted to
So
roll
you run
to
up there,
save.
and you notice he's
I wanted
actually
to
at
rest
the
on this
hatch
shit.
of like a hatch that goes through. He's been unlocking it, and he's in the middle of opening it up.
Okay, well, I'm going to shoot
Dragons
at him
wouldn't
now.
let you.
Yeah, I know.
Which is probably
If
going to
you
like
told him
flip
before
him
you
over
fell
the
down,
hatch or
I
something.
want to risk death, I would. But
So this is my gun.
Yep.
22
That'll
to
hit.
Please. Yeah. Please, just do some decent damage. This is force. Oh, that's your one. Unlucky.
Efficiency
God.
indeed.
Fuck me.
No thanks.
10.
How do you kill him?
15.
And
I guess he's opening it up and he unlocks it. He's starting to hop inside, and I shoot him, and he just goes and just flips off, flips off the ship.
Yep. You.
Can you please roll to see if he actually lives when he lands down the bottom?
No, he just died.
Oh,
the amount of damage that
On
having
back.
one of those.
But does he land on the orphanage?
He will
or?
fail his first death saving throw as he impacts into the ground.
Hang on.
Then he's got 2.
I've got you.
Okay, does he
It would
land
be
on the
considered a crit.
He lands on an open forge.
No,
There's a
you,
weapon.
you shoot him as he's got the thing open, and it pushes him, and he falls in through the trapdoor.
Oh. Is he anyone
Is there a
like
forge down
there?
What's that?
Does he land into anyone down?
You hear a crash as he lands below.
And a sizzle.
Aaron, you're up.
Oh wait.
Huh?
And then the turret turns, because he hit me. He actually hit me. The turret's just going to shoot at him now. Never mind.
Okay, Aaron.
That's close to a 1. I'm going to slice at this guy.
Okay, 20.
Nice.
Fuck yes. Alright.
How do you kill him?
You put your gun
You don't
in
have to
his
roll
mouth.
based off this. He has 2 health
Oh,
left.
nice.
How
Okay,
do you
so
kill-
you bash his teeth out, and then you put the gun in his mouth with his teeth.
I got a sword. I don't have my gun.
Oh, okay. Same thing, but with the sword.
You just stand behind him, Jacob.
Can I stab him underneath, lift him up like a puppet, and then just flick him off the ship?
You attempt to do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You stab into him and go, I'm going to pick him up like this, and you just slice up and go, oh yeah. As this guy kind of just...
You just remembered, oh,
Yeah.
I sharpened my sword yesterday.
my sword slices through things, it doesn't lift things.
That's true.
Drew. You see Fitz suddenly appear in the area you were shooting at guys before. And I'm assuming the ship's still being shooting, so...
Probably shouldn't shoot him.
No.
I
Probably not.
want to get on the ship.
You want to get on the ship? Do you yell that out, I want to get on the ship?
Yeah, call that out. Okay. I want on that ship.
I want to see the whites of their eyes.
Okay. This guy starts. Yeah, I'm trying to. You know,
Yep.
this guy starts like half losing his consciousness,
He had a stroke.
and just kind of drops, kind of prone.
He's just not having a good time.
After this, I'm going to align the bodies.
His testicle
to smell
cancer finally
Fitz.
got him.
Luggage. Sorry, luggage is your turn as well,
Can I use my action to heal?
and he will miss you by shooting at you.
Just imagine he goes down.
Action
My
to
balls.
heal. And can I use bonus to carve the word lug, L-U-9 on the deck?
No.
Doesn't have to be massive, just in front of me, copying what he did with the ship that's broken.
Okay.
Trying to take the fake dragon shit.
You are now back up to 15 hit points.
Oh, thank God. I'm up in more ways than one.
Falcor turns and
And that's
flies
a big finger by the
full
way.
throttle, and suddenly there is a majestic bear sitting in front of you.
Pretty fluffy thing. Go,
Hi.
go, 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 go.
As you go to try and pat him, and it just goes through him, and it kind of goes, "Ugh," and then sort of becomes a bear, and just sort of sits there.
That's better. Hello.
It leans its head against you and says, and you hear in your head, do you want to lift over there?
Yeah.
And
I go to climb up on him.
Okay.
Because that's just
You climb up top of him. Cool. That's the end of his turn. He's just sitting there.
Big. That's, you know. That's
Everyone's running my beard.
No, that was a bonus action. Sorry. Yeah. He says, "Do you mind?"
Doesn't even seem like yours at this point.
No.
You now have +2 to your AC and can fly up to 60 feet.
As he merges
And any wind-based any wind-based spell you do is considered one spell up in
so
level.
plus
Wind
2 to my AC.
Anything wind, like gust, that sort of stuff.
Well, you merged with him.
You can fly 60 feet in your turn.
I wonder if it would work with me. So don't count as levels, but I do have the focus of
Yeah, mine.
air stuff.
Fitz, your turn.
I guess I climb down.
Have your name in it as well.
No, yeah.
My name as well!
The bear comes out and just starts tattooing
runs
the
over
bear.
next to me and fits with a tiny little claw thing just and fits.
I drape a body that's bleeding, and I just lug it around while it's bleeding to spell fits. No, okay, I'm going to go down there.
You go down the hatch. Okay.
As he's
You find 50
I have
orphans
closed
to
the
a
ship.
Aaron, your turn.
Do I see anything?
I'll get to you in a second.
That guy's still alive, right?
It's filled with illegal immigrants.
What's that?
That guy is still alive.
He's still alive, yes.
One enemy left.
Turns out they just.
Can I switch my sword, use my bonus action to my gun? I'm going to shoot him.
We're the
Cool.
bad guys.
Roll that.
I missed.
Give it an advantage.
Okay.
Move to get in front of him on my turn too, just.
18.
Cool, that'll hit.
They might have been lucky though.
11,
21,
11 force damage.
21.
He isn't looking very nice.
That motherfucker survived a fireball and
Um,
magic missile.
This guy is just breathing, like he's only just regained the ability to breathe, and he's out for one round.
It's balls cancer.
Drew, it's your turn.
I believe I can fly.
So you just kind of follow.
Yeah. Boop. And land wherever onto.
Where is Drew?
Over there somewhere.
I know he's on that dragon eagle. He's on that one.
Yeah, that works.
You land there.
So,
Cool. That's your full double movement. You land there.
That's running.
Luggage.
Where's Falcor?
Falcor's.
in me.
My turn. And I will unleash the wrath of the Warforged! I will just slash him. I'm just gonna swing at him.
Why don't you just grab him and just run off the edge? And just land on him.
Just roll to hit.
Yeah, come on.
Because that's a more difficult thing. That's over 20.
Cool. How do you kill him?
You replace where his brain
Right,
used to be.
it's
with
a
your fist.
bludgeoning weapon,
Yeah.
so I will try and use that to knock him off, as everyone else has been doing.
Roll me a strength to see
Mortal
if you knock him off.
Kombat. You
Johnny,
smack his
you're
head in the
conscious
spine.
again. What do you do? There is one dude lying over there.
6.
Firebolt up the butt.
You don't knock him off.
Okay, roll to hit him.
Oh, wait, an
You-
advantage because I'm massive.
16.
Cool, that hits.
Cool.
Roll damage.
9.
What's fire?
You smack him and he, like, as you're killing it, it looks more like you've just uppercutted him and he's just going,
2d8.
and he falls down.
2d10.
2d2.
I think that was a 10.
Yeah,
And what that
Pretty
is-
good for a
Oh, yeah,
cantrip.
true.
What are you attacking? Is there something else?
This guy.
7.
Oh, that one.
7? Cool.
Bum, bum, bum.
Anus is charged.
See, he is not invincible.
He looks almost as bad as this guy did.
How's he still alive?
KO. Can I just question, as I've just knocked this dude out and we're mashing everything, is the ship still at the same level it was at before?
No, it's going down.
Into the city.
Yeah.
Onto the orphanage.
Yeah, Drew, you've noticed the ship has been progressively going down in level.
Can we figure out how to fucking fly this damn thing before it crashes? It's my ship. It's my ship.
It's gonna be mine in the end.
I know what
So
I'm
it fits. You're up. Oh no, you're in the thing. Cool.
Correction.
Aaron, you can have a
It's
shot.
my ship.
Oh yeah, I'll pop shot that guy.
Pop
What
shot.
was the
Cool.
first one? Alchemist. Oh shit.
Oh my god. a 20.
Cool.
I was the first one to figure out it
Kill him.
wasn't a
How do you want him
dragon.
to die?
I just
And
want to
in
shoot
fact,
his
the
head off.
ship-
I was the first one to attack it.
Just
No,
stand
I was the first
So
one to
this
attack.
guy,
Impact damage.
this guy gets up, sort of shakes his head, looks over, and
As
sort
I
of
turn over and Han Solo shoot him.
You did shoot
he dies.
Could you have done that as non-lethal and ask him how the ship flies?
Nah.
No, because it's ranged. I assume.
Yeah.
We were not
Literally on the
And
street.
I jumped under you while flying.
Like a dog with a piece of the carpet.
I'll
You grab the best
pay
place
attention to it later.
and
I'll
put
pay
it down.
Good beer.
Bird, bitch. I mean,
Cool. You guys are out of combat. I will get to Fitz in 1 second.
I need to skedaddle.
Yeah, yeah.
We did it! We defeated the dragon!
Crashing ship.
So what happens is Falcor hops out of Drew. Can I have a con save from Drew?
Oh! Failed.
Nat 1. Alright, no, you're cool. You have a point of exhaustion. And Falcor wanders over
exhaustion.
to Erin and just kind of looks at Erin.
Used to it by now.
In
He,
real
ju-
life,
he,
yes.
ju- he just he just sits there and looks at you. So like, now what?
I sleep early.
Can we
Wake up
merge with inanimate objects as well?
I have naps and still
Um,
sleep and
I
still
turned
wake
to
up with it.
He kind of leans against you and you get in the head.
So the guy takes it out of you.
I've merged with Warforgers before.
Not
They're
me.
I mean,
they're-
like,
they're weird.
Inanimate objects.
Could you help the ship stop it from crushing a whole town?
The orphanage.
He goes bang and just sort of headbutts the ship and just sits there for a moment, and then sits up and kind of looks at you and just kind of has this look of a no.
Oh,
Okay then.
Well, shit.
Can you help guide its course then,
I will
so it
jump.
doesn't hit the city?
I will turn to fly and jump off and try and go underneath the damn thing and push
Are
it.
you gonna Ultron it?
Pretty much. I will use my whatever I can to either slow, prevent.
Are you
or stop
flying
it.
underneath it?
Yeah, to pretty much try and hold the thing up.
Okay, so you fly around and get underneath the ship, which you've noticed isn't like a normal ship that goes like this. It's actually got a flat bottom.
Oh, even better.
And as you fly down and fly to the bottom of the ship and go, cool, I can sit here to stop this, you notice the ship's about 50 feet off the air and is now hovering above the market, and the lower part of the ship starts opening up like this.
Uh-oh.
So I'm doing this. I think it's
Yeah,
so we get
you've been
pushed out.
pushed.
Fitz, when you dropped below deck,
Landing
there
gears.
wasn't anyone where you were exactly, but there was a light further around, and you moved along to the light, hopped down into that area there, and standing in the bottom area there is a figure that looks exactly like luggage, and it pulls a lever. And the entire lower area where you're standing, just in front of you, starts to open up as it reveals there is like this weird looking like metal contraption that appears to be sitting in this lower area.
I get excited, but also worried.
If there are any other people down in the marketplace and call
There's no one else in the marketplace. They've all seen the dragon and are freaked out.
Can I rush and press the lever again?
No, don't.
I'm going to close it.
Do you not think it might be landing gears?
Or parademons.
Because
Does it look like landing gears?
If we're
Roll
50
an intelligence.
feet away, it's either going to be explosions, which are going to destroy the ship as well. Or
I feel like it's
landing.
dropping something.
What, the Warforged?
So what was I rolling?
In intelligence.
I go. Can I even go again?
You can't. You're out of luck.
Can I give him inspiration?
He can't hear you.
Damn it.
6.
Can I see
You're doing well!
But I mean,
Can I see it?
depending on what it is, if it looks like
As it's moving out, you like. Are you actively moving away from it as it starts opening up?
And if the door's opening, I'd probably be trying to find a place that I can touch where it's not opening. And
I mean, if
figure
it
out
looks
the
like a
fuck's
mech,
going on
it's
inside.
not. Well, I mean,
Okay,
tank.
yeah, you can fly up a little bit more and you can see Fitz staring at this other Warforged.
And the mechanics.
And looking up rolling intelligence.
Oh no, oh no, you didn't use mine. I was saying, no, you're not Warforged still. Well, at least it's better than his one. We're looking at wait, it might not be 7. Yeah, yours was a 6, wasn't it?
Oh.
I got one more.
It doesn't look like landing gear.
Is there emblems on the Warforged
Yes.
of the same mark style emblems? Or
Roll me perception.
Style emblems? 720. Not natural. But
Yes, you actually recognise this Warforged.
As
Luggages.
Your brother.
I fly straight to him and give him the biggest hug I can as I practically knock him over.
Cool. In the process of that, you hear a clink as you've now locked a second switch and the metal container just drops.
Yeah, I was
No.
Whee!
I was going to try and shoot him and force him off down the.
And that's
Hatch.
where we
Looks
end
like
it.
me. How do you know he wasn't me? You ran downstairs.
That is where you ended.
The only thing you don't know,
Okay.
he looks like me. I'm literally
Because
the same.
literally, you were there fighting someone, and I'm the only one who went down the hatch.
So you
Alright.
don't know whether it's me.
I would
That's-
presume it's not you.
That's us. We'll check into the aftermath of the chaos of luggage.
Oh, as it just fell.
As apparently this is where I'm supposed to end as well. I'm over here. There we go. It was fun and all. We shall see y'all next time.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
It's trademarked.